Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community and helping us pursue a little further into the realms, please consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. If you're interested in joining in on any of our games, we do have open slots available. Primarily, we have open slots available for a Friday evening epic level campaign based out of the Astral Sea with a lot of influence from Spelljammer. This is going to be a post-level 20 campaign. They're starting at level 19. Many of them are characters that have already been in our universe, played before. Some of them are retired for a long time, and some of them are recently retired after their most recent campaign ended. So it's going to be a blast. If you're interested in that, be sure to reach out to me and let me know. It is more expensive than most of our games, but how often do you get the opportunity to play an epic level game, right? Epic level campaign, go beyond level 20. Oh, it's going to be so cool. In addition to that, we do have open slots available for a Friday early game that's going to be starting between noon or 1 p.m. EST and extend for like 3 or 4 hours after that. We need 2 new players to get in to be able to kick it off. But I think that'll be all of my shameless self-promoting. Go ahead and give us that recap, Braska.
Alrighty. So, after exploding, we fight a couple of fucking weird little monster things. And we go through the enemy lair, but wouldn't you know it, we just missed them. But they left a lot of necromancy stuff. Like, a lot of necromancy stuff. A lot. Anyway, Argon found a copy of their teleportation circle and has some idea of where they went. And Sin found a cool death scythe, which was, super necromancy. So, yay. And then we very quickly vamoose after like 2.5 hours. We got to safety. We peeked in on them via scrying, and they had to deal with a fucking dragon. So ha 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 ha. But very quickly we decided to come up with a plan to flush them out, and now we are heading into the Savalier Woods to find another piece of Trent and piss him off more, which is always fun. And that brings us to tonight.
Alrighty. So, all of you have made it back to Zurazar's family estate, beginning to get the smell of soiled fluids out of your clothing, your hair, your skin. Prestidigitation does assist tremendously with all of this, but not all of you have access to it. And I believe you all wish to discuss exactly what it is you are going to be doing.
So, if I recall correctly, Argon, we're going to go pick up Borgham's family, take them to the school.
Yes.
We have Reggie getting your mom away from Trent. And when we're at the school, we'll pick up paper and we'll go ahead and do all the stuff on the death scythe.
Yeah, we could do all the stuff on the death site if you want to do it there. The legend lore and the identify and stuff.
It'd be safer.
Yeah, we could do it there.
I'll keep it in the extra dimensional plane that it's in for the next until we get there.
And what about us?
You can come with.
We're not going to be, it's not like we're doing weeks there. We're going to go there for like a couple hours and then leave.
Yeah, we're literally going there so we can go to the Sabler Woods afterwards.
I thought we're going to Shady Creek Run.
We're going through Savalier Wood to get there.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
Saddle Creek Run?
That was the town we talked about.
Super neutral
Trying to
town.
get them to fight us in. Yeah, the neutral town.
Yeah, that's the town that we know that if we get into a fight there, no one is going to help. They're going to be like, not my business.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. That's what we talked about because it's kind of in between the Savalier. What's in Savalier Wood, but it's
Yeah.
pretty close to the border of where they can get to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not in the Empire.
I
They're
don't-
going to be at the Sanctuarium or whatever.
The Sanatorium.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
Well, that's where they were headed
yeah.
Maybe
that's what we believe.
a couple
we're
of
headed.
hours ago. That's where they were headed. Yeah.
Yeah, Zerzar doesn't know much about Wildmount, but he at least knows where all the shitty places are, and that is one of the shittiest.
That
You know
is up there. Yeah.
It makes
I
sense
just-
that you would know of a place that has shady in the name.
Well, it's not even that. It's just more of just like I feel like Zerzar would have explained like I don't like doing business with people from there because I don't quite know exactly what they're going to be bringing in, but I at least know if I want something done where no one's going to be looking or being nosy, then that's going to be the best place to do it because no one wants to get in your business because at that rate, then they're in your business and then they're in danger.
Why didn't we enter the Empire through Shady Creek? Why did we go through all that hassle going
'Cause
upstream?
Previously,
'Cause-
you guys didn't have a way to get there.
And yeah, and also no one asked about
That
Shady
would-
Creek Run.
It is literally the border of the Empire. But
We weren't going to that part of the Empire anyways. We were
Yeah.
going way south.
Oh, true.
There. Yeah.
you guys are on the proper map, correct?
The map, yeah.
no,
The Zemnian
we're still
Fields?
on the
Yeah, right
Empire, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And then if you feel bad about going to Shady Creek Run, you can always just run down the glory runs. That way you feel better about yourself.
To the other run.
Yeah.
Why would I
run.
want to go into the Empire?
You'll see Forrest Gump running across it. Just-
Because then you get to go to Hupperduke, and everyone likes Hupperduke. Just a vibe.
Who doesn't?
I've never
like
been in
Hupperduke?
the Empire. Everything I hear about it is just ass.
Nah, Hupperduke's a vibe. You go in there, everyone's there, just chill. Anyway,
Frostka doesn't get to go to Humberduke, then that's just going to be such a crime.
we could find some time to get you to Hupperduke, I imagine. Okay, so are we just going now, or are we going to rest for the night?
Depends on if we have the means of getting back to Uthodurn today. I don't know what your capabilities are looking like, Capriccio and Argon.
I
I
have,
want-
I have enough to get us to Uthodurn and to the Lyceum.
I want to remind everyone that we won't be able to teleport out unless we go to a specific teleportation place.
Yes, that is true.
I'm feeling plenty energetic.
Okay.
I am too. I just, I was not expecting to have to, do all of that in the time span of a couple of hours. So that was interesting.
Well, where is the nearest way out of town other than the coastline?
What do you mean the coastline? We have to go to teleportation circle.
I just figured we walk out of town, but we
What?
could also go to a circle if you know
Why-
your circle.
Why would we walk out of town when we can teleport?
He meant to walk out of the restricted area, but they
Oh.
have dedicated circles you can teleport out of.
Oh,
yes.
th-
There are towers for Lyceum members to utilize inside of the High Top District.
I see no reason why they would look at. I mean, if we're in this district and we're walking to a circle,
It's
knowing where
it's
we're,
the safety precautions they have in place.
yeah,
That's
it's all.
It's not. They don't let me. They don't let anybody. That's you. I don't think you were here for the session. When they teleported into the city, they went into a very specific zone because they have magic in place that when you try to use magical teleportation into Iman, it puts you into one of these zones where you are instantly surrounded by individuals who are prepared for, an incursion to happen.
Oh, I was there for that session.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's this. They mentioned it the same way when you're leaving. It's not an option for them not to let you. It just happens.
So that, even when we leave, they'll still do
It's gonna.
Like-
If you try to leave through magical teleportation, they're gonna pull you into one of those zones instead.
But if we go into a circle, it's much more feasible.
If you go to a circle, that's the only way you can get out. Probably.
Okay.
Where is the Lyceum Circle here in?
The High
Come
Top
on.
District, yeah, like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, we could just walk. I can lead you guys over there. I mean, actually, myself and Argon can as well.
Well, I think Argon's going to be our key to get through.
Well, anybody's allowed to tell them. Well, I'm assuming most people are allowed to teleport out, assuming you have it. You just have to go to that area to do it. But I'm certain I will be allowed out, yes. But I'm certain Zurzar would be allowed out too if he really asked, assuming he can teleport.
Despite me coming in under the guise of a different name, thanks to my father's rather large mouth, my knowledge, my being here is probably known. So they will know me as Lumos. So
yeah, didn't he send town guards after you?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. He's subtle, but when he wants to be, he can be very loud.
Yeah, and unless we're going through the very, very restricted district, like, I can get us through there, but...
What very, very restricted?
That's where the nobility live. Well...
That's where we are right now.
No.
What he's talking about is the actual castle. You don't need to go to the... You don't need to go to the king's fucking castle to get out of town. There's a circle down the street.
No, that's a flex.
We're not on that map, so I don't know where we're at.
All right. What I just said was there's a circle down the street that Argan has access to. It's right there.
It's a flex, though. We just go up to the king and be like, we're going to use this circle.
No, like, when you said High Top, I thought you meant
the High Top
King's.
district is one of the districts in Iman.
Okay.
Sorry, Cloud Top district. That's where you are.
Yeah, because I went through here.
Yeah, and that's
with
the castle Iman to the king, or
I mean,
Lord.
Technically, we're in the Cloud Top district. We just have to go up to the big castle.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, we want to go through the
Lyceum portal.
Yeah, Lyceum portal is probably going to be our safest option anyway.
Well, get your stuff.
Okay.
Braska, I believe there's a food stand along the way.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Fortune, do you think we should send word to your mom to get everything intact?
Intact meaning
Get packed.
packed. Yeah, I plan on it.
Okay.
Are we getting close to heading there?
Yeah, we're just packing up our stuff now to head that way.
Did we get a full rest?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I think all we've gotten is maybe a short rest. That's about it.
Not even. You guys just walked back.
I'm going to assume we're going to have to spend the night there, because I'm going to assume Fordrum's family is going to at least need part of a night to pack up to move out of the city.
Speaking of families, did Zerdar's dad say where he was going, or is he?
No, he said he has means to disappear.
Okay, good. That's all I need to know. I know he's fine now. Cool.
You want me to scry on him?
No, I got a better idea. Where's the family treasury?
That's held in vaults.
Damn it.
And your father is the only person who can withdraw it after your absence. You already know this.
No, it was more of just I was going to take a stone from it so that way we needed to teleport. Oh, well, no, again, teleport thing. Cool. Then, yeah, I'll just see if there might be anything of use in the house that I could take with.
Do you want a expensive vase to take with you?
Does the expensive vase give me flex damage? If I were to bash on someone's head?
Not really. It actually breaks pretty easily. Looks nice, though.
There was a collection of papers your father was, somewhat hiding that Sinclair wanted to pick up, and we told him no.
Oh, that's right. I'll go pick those up.
Well, I technically had picked him up. You just told me to hand him to Zurzar.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
So this is the roleplay moment.
So hand him to Zurzar, Sinclair.
Oh, those papers, I want them now, please.
Yeah,
he wasn't here, so we didn't roleplay it, so there we go. Now we're done. Cool. All right, so... Sorry, I'm trying to help you guys get progression. I'm trying to help you guys get to places and do things, because timeline-wise, y'all are falling behind. A lot.
Showers and baths are far more important than saving the world.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, yeah.
problem is we have a very big sense of motivation to move quickly and a lot of movement ability between me and Capriccio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
a
guess
lot.
I guess while we're moving, because I really am not able to. I mean, I can assist, but I won't be honestly too much help. I do want to just go over the papers and see what they read.
Okay. These are transcripts. Not transcripts. These are receipts of shipped items from Iman to various locations across the realm.
Or any of them to Vasselheim.
No.
Right? Are any to the Empire?
Yes.
Are they all animals?
No.
Hmm.
The items in question aren't labeled. It's just receipt for transaction and shipping number.
What about weight?
No.
I want to see something here real quick because I've got this pen here that lets me use illusory script, and I want to see if it can be found with identify.
What?
My
Text
pen,
magic.
right?
I could tell you for a fact it comes up when you use detect magic. But it is magic on the paper, and then
what
you
I guess what I'm-
identify or true seeing.
I guess what I'm
you
asking
see the
is
illusion.
if identify would register if there was an illusory script on any of these pages.
You have familiarity with illusory script, right?
Yeah, I've got the emerald pen that lets me do it all the time.
Oh, so you can't cast it, you just have that knowledge. Okay. Roll me an
I used
Arcana
to
check.
use it.
Oh, okay. 14.
14. You never actually thought about it. I mean, it's supposed to be safe from like certain things.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Cool. I'll just do my once a day for identify on it.
illusory script. You just write but. Okay. So, you're doing identify, not the script.
Yeah, no, I want to see if there's any illusory script on these pages.
So let me look at this real quick. You divine that this is pressed parchment utilized for the purposes of writing and sending of messages to individuals through mundane means.
So it's like if someone else has the other page, then they can see what's written down on it.
If someone else is the
No,
intended...
this is mundane. It's
Okay.
mundane. Identify works on all objects. If you identify a spoon, it will tell you this is a very small miniature shovel meant for the purposes of scooping and or mixing materials, most of the time
Gotcha.
utilized for food.
As someone who, up until recently, had illusionary script, I can tell you that the way it works is you and whoever you're writing it to, there's a code, and they'll be able to read the intended message. And then anyone that can see through illusions has the means of seeing through it if there was. Because up until recently, it was one of the spells that I prepared.
Okay, well, these are just normal. This is just paper, but I will still keep it just in case. I'll roll it up and I will stow it away.
Alrighty.
Well, you never know when you need an invoice number.
Or blackmail.
While all of this is happening, I would like to communicate with Isolde and let her know
This was
that
earlier
it
today at the
asked her
store.
if she
This guy
would
was
do
literally following.
What
what
the
I
hell?
do.
I'm sorry. What'd you just ask?
While they're doing all of this, I would like to communicate with Isolde and let her know that I'm leaving and ask her if she needs anything before I leave.
No, I'm all good.
All right, you stay safe, kid.
Yep. I'll pray to you.
I completely forgot who that was.
That is how it
She
works.
said, "I'll pray
That is
to you."
kind of how that works.
Okay.
Anywho. So,
Yeah, I guess once we get our bags packed, again, if you want to lead us to the tower, we can go ahead and teleport.
all right. You lead everybody over to the tower.
Yep.
As you get there, you see that they are completely fortified with Lyceum members around the tower itself for defense, local Crown's Guard as well, patrolling around the perimeter, and a handful of their Eldritch Knights. You know that whenever you see 5, that means there's 10. They always are hiding other ones elsewhere. So, you walk in. Are you still just wearing your robes?
Yep.
Yeah, nobody
You
even
say
stops
walk.
you.
This man's still in his chair.
Yep. So you roll in.
Float
Xavier
in.
style.
Float
All my
on.
magnificence.
They see me rolling the handle.
And as you get up in there, you end up using their circle in order to teleport. You're going to where?
Uthadern.
Uthadern. And which circle do you have in Uthadern again?
We don't. We just have.
Oh, you're
items
using
keyed
this
to it.
to teleport into Uthadern.
Yeah, I have to use actual teleport.
Okay. Well, then. I believe.
We got plenty of things made from Uthadern.
I have a 5th and an 8th. Those are the only 2 spells I have left.
Well, then. Boop, boop. You teleport away, and you end up appearing right outside of Uthadern on the large bridge into the city itself. You feel the blistering cold already snapping against all of you as you've moved into this terrain. The harshness of the frigid environment here in Uthadern does immediately strike at each of you. Welcoming to some and, fucking horrible to everybody who enjoyed being in the nice, calm deserts of Marquette.
I spent enough time in Uthadern. It's like a second home now.
So, a couple of guards look out.
Hello.
Who the fuck are you?
We're with the Bright Blade son.
Oh, Fortune Brightblade.
Oh, okay.
Who the fuck are you?
Charles. Lieutenant Charles.
Hey. Good
Hey.
to see you again, Charles.
Yeah, I couldn't notice you out there.
Yeah, how's your dad?
Still limping. Still
Mm.
bitching.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. He'll get over it.
Or not.
And you guys just keep strolling up as this is the least militarized town y'all have been to in a long time.
Well, we were just here a day ago. Because we left Uthadern to go to Amon.
Hey, that was like a month ago.
So
True, because downtime.
So, as you walk into the city itself, guys, when did this become Fantasy Canada? God, please don't insult them like that. As soon as you walk past the gates, they do hand you, of course, your own mugs of beer.
I had my Nebraska.
Hey, mine's empty. Oh wait, no, I did that.
That's why I handed you mine.
So, now that you guys are here, what are we doing?
I'm flagging the first kid with a keg and telling it to follow Broskin and a second one to follow Fordrum.
Yeah, drinking. That's pretty much what I do in town.
And then head to his family's estate.
Yeah, I'm about done for the night. I wouldn't mind getting to your family's place, Fordrum.
Yep.
Should we bring groceries for your mom?
What?
Should we get some groceries from the market for her? Because she's going to have to feed Broska.
That's true. They would only be considerate.
Oh. I mean, we could.
She feeds 30 dwarves on like a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
and I eat more than
Broska,
that.
I don't think even
Broska, you only count for the appetite of like 5 dwarves.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a little increase for her. One of the only cultures that could sustain Broska. So,
Semi-comfortably.
you all wander through and get over to your home. As you open up the front door, instantly you are hit with a very, very pungent aroma of spicy food and savory food.
Almost cooking something good tonight.
What's that?
Is that you, Fordrum?
Yeah, Mom.
You bring all your friends here?
I did.
Hi, Mama.
Hello, Sinclair.
Hello.
Hi.
Did you bring the handsome one?
Yeah,
see,
he's
I'm
here.
here.
Oh,
They are here.
you're adorable. So, she walks out of the kitchen, and you see she has connected to her hip this incredibly large pot that she has her giant spoon in, twisting and turning, and you see her forearms with the sleeves rolled up, and her forearms are fucking huge. The average person would feel emasculated by looking at that. Well, I did get your message earlier. You really expect me to leave my home?
Well, I mean, it's kind of that or possibly die, so yeah.
I don't want Mama to die. Very bad man is trying to kill our families.
Yep, so I've heard.
Seeing as you're one of those, we thought, better not.
I just want you to be safe, Mama.
I understand that, but you really think Uthadern isn't protected from the likes of that?
Well, do you remember that time when I came here and I did that big spell around here so nothing could teleport near you?
Yeah.
So that helps, but these guys are kind of sneaky and they're kind of magic-y, so they can kind of affect things from a far distance that we don't have any way to protect you against. Has everybody been okay lately?
Everybody's been more or less the same, as they've always been.
Okay, good.
Can I just keep an... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Zorzar.
I guess because of what happened previously, I just want to keep an eye out, just kind of doing a cursory glance around to make sure there's no hidden things.
So you're looking around the room?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a perception check.
When I see, can I make a perception to perceive that he's perceptioning?
Sure.
I want to perceive.
Well, your passive can notice Zuvazar looking around and scanning the area.
Okay. So I will whisper to Zurazar, if you see my nephew, don't bust him right away. He's working on it.
Zurzar
We want to let the owlbear believe he's better than he is till,
Zurzar will smirk, but he'll nod.
All right.
So the bad man, Mama, has already sent his goons after one of our families. and badly hurt them. We don't want that to happen to you. I told you, I gave you my word I would keep your son alive at all costs. I don't have the means of protecting both you and him. If at all possible, can we relocate the family just temporarily while we deal with this SOB? Please?
Are you actually going out there to deal with him? And she looks over at you,
Yes.
Fordrum, her son.
Yeah.
That sounded so convincing.
Yeah, we're trying to deal with it, but he's really wickedly powerful. He's been alive for many, many lifetimes and all kinds of other problems.
Ah, so
We're-
he's an elf.
No, that's the problem. He's a human who has found a way into living beyond his death. Ugly, yucky wizard stuff. No offense, Argon.
All right. All right. All right.
So, admittedly, I know everyone's like, "Oh, he's a wizard. Those break easy." No offense again, Argon, but in this case, it's a thing. Like he's super ridiculously, unfortunately powerful.
And we're going around and breaking all his magical things that give him power
Oh boy! And
so that
we're
we can
trying-
kill him.
Stop it. Yes, we're going to do our best to kill him. Again, we don't want to endanger my mom by filling her with information, Sinclair, so please.
And I'm not saying anything outside of the normal.
Right, you get that that's sometimes an issue, so we're going to say less than normal. Please.
And I have been.
Yeah, maybe even less still.
All right.
Again-
So you expect me to uproot our entire family and go to the bookstore or whatever the fuck it is?
Could we consider it a vacation? The family hasn't taken one in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't had a vacation in over 150 years.
Well, and this might be fantastic.
Do they have beaches? She looks over at you, Argon.
I'm assuming we do not have beaches.
Technically, no, but there's some really good illusionists there.
They've got a room.
I happen to know a really good dwarven illusionist who might be able to find a beach.
Dwarven illusionist. Maybe I'll set
Hey,
him up
Dad?
with
Dad's invited too, just so we know.
All right.
When she gives me that look, I go 9-year-old instantly and like look at the ground and sort of kick my feet.
Well, we don't have, the level of industry that you do have here at your own home and businesses. We do have at least some craft shops that they do where they make some of the more magical items, plus an extensive repository of magical items from over the years.
Endless hot cocoa, endless drinking.
Well, I suppose if it'll really make your life a little easier, fine. But I need to pack up the whole kitchen. I doubt they have everything that I have. I'm going to
Well-
need a very large, probably home to stay in while we're there. You understand how many dwarves we have in our family. And she hands you, Arkin, a small little notepad with a little tiny, very rudimentary chalk piece to start taking notes. We're also going to make sure that the kitchen is furnished and large enough that I'd be able to cook for a small army, as I do every single day, multiple times a day. Am I going to have to bring all of my own food, or will they be able to provide all of that for me, no problem?
They'll be able to provide it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
I'm
what's
just
the
writing
quality?
down all of her requirements as she says it on a piece of paper that I'm just going to send to Firebrand when we're done with this, or Thunderbrand when we're done with this.
Perfect. So, as that
Bringing
is...
in the dwarves.
As that is going on, Forgem, she hands you the spoon while holding the cauldron. Try that. It's a new little recipe I picked up in town. Forgem?
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
All right. I do need you to give me a con save, though. It's incredibly spicy. $23.
No, I have advantage against poison.
This isn't
So-
poison. This is... all right. Spice is technically a poison. Yeah, that's true. That's why dwarves are such good drinkers. As you taste it... Ooh, you do have to do that like sharp inhale at first, but damn, the flavor is phenomenal.
Did you get a Marquette spell book from somewhere?
Marquette spell?
Or not spell book, but like cookbook?
No, there was an individual who came through town. They were looking to pawn off a couple of things on their way, and they had a book from ZODIAC Kittrell or something like that. This is a draconic recipe.
Yeah,
Wow,
we
okay.
brought marbles through. It was a turn.
Yeah, but that's not ZODIAC Kittrell.
No, we took him with us, didn't we?
Yes, but she said she got this from somebody who came from ZODIAC Kittrell.
He's not in ZODIAC Kittrell. He's here, which reminds me, I need to send him somewhere tomorrow so he has a chance to leave. Because I told him I would send him somewhere.
Yeah, they came on through here, and oh, such a wonderful little lass. Rosie's her name. Wonderful.
Oh. Cool. Well, this is delicious. You've nailed it.
Good, good. I think I added in a little bit too much cayenne, but there wasn't a whole lot of other seasonings.
Hmm.
Goes a long way.
So, she continues packing up her kitchen supplies, and within an hour or so, Fordrum, your entire family is coming home from a long day of work, and they're all rambunctious and nowhere near as excited to see you since they just saw you a couple of days ago, or like a month ago. So they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" But anyways, you get everything packaged up, and everybody was convinced, though they seem very upset with the convincing. Zurazar, you see a masked, hooded figure in the shape of a dwarf. You recognize him, sneaking up behind Argan's chair right now. It's Fordrum's cousin, the owlbear. Great roleplay moment. All right, Argan. Very suddenly, from behind you, you hear, "Hey."
You're muted.
You're muted, Argan.
I was trying to talk, but I forgot I was muted.
God
Oh,
damn it.
Zurazar
Okay,
is
yeah,
muted.
go ahead.
Could you please repeat?
So you saw Fordrum's cousin, the owlbear, slowly creeping up behind Argan.
Okay. Zirzar would like look for like maybe a millisecond, but then the eyes just continue to look around as if to pretend he did not see him.
Yeah. So then Argan, "Hey."
Oh, God. Owlbear?
"I have something to ask you. In private." And he pulls his cape over his head and runs up the stairs.
I'm going to go talk to your nephew, Fordrum.
Okay.
So
I'll go follow the owlbear out.
ding, 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 ding. You get up to the top, and once you get to the top of the stairs, you see a tile above your head slide open, and then he swings down, hanging upside down from it to look at you. "You and I, we usually don't talk, but Fortune respects your mind.
Yes.
What's this thing?" And he holds out like this long chain contraption with numerous gems attached to it. It looks almost like a bracelet, but like a bracelet that would fit over a finger as well. Like a
can I
bracelet
just-
ring.
Yeah, I know what you're kind of. It's a bracelet that hooks into rings with like chains between them.
Yes.
Could I roll to see if I know what that is?
Sure. Roll an Arcana check.
31.
31, because it is an object. That is a spell focus.
It's a focus. It allows you to channel magical energy through it from your mind in order to be able to affect the outside world through the weave of magic. Where did you find it?
There was a shady person. The person ended up trying to sneak into some homes and use some shady magic to get in them. I waited for them by the back door. And then he, like, pulls a small club out from his pocket. And you see it has a little bit of dried blood on it.
Good work keeping the streets of Uthodurn clean, Albert.
I handed them over to the police, but I took this because I thought they might have stolen it, but when I brought it to the family, they didn't recognize it. They also didn't recognize me. Disguises make this very difficult.
You don't have to have the disguises on all the time.
I don't understand.
Have you been practicing what I gave you?
Yes.
This will help you with that. It'll help you focus the energy better.
This is too gaudy. It's like something Fordrum would wear.
But you can, like, paint it black or something. That you from a long family of jewelers?
I was never really good at crafts.
Yes, but you have many family members that are.
They don't understand.
That's
Anyways,
a fair point.
Auntie says we're going to the Lyceum.
Yes.
Could I pay for some tutoring from somebody up there?
I will see what I can do to arrange it, yes.
Perfect.
What do you want?
I'll
what do
give you
want
the
to
money.
learn?
And they flip up into the tile, and then they come back down and drop a very heavy sack of, like, coins onto your lap.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone downstairs hears the very loud crashing, jingle, 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 jingle.
Someone just got paid.
I'm going to look at the sack.
It's mostly silver. There is some gold, a few platinum in there. I mean, some people pay me
If
for
there's
my
any more
services.
thumps, I'll think there's a fight upstairs, but otherwise I'm gonna just assume it's something going on. And I don't hear Argon yelling. I don't smell any magic, so it's fine.
What exactly do you want tutoring in,
I
Albert?
want to learn how to do that thing that other person did. They looked, found a spot, and then disappeared and reappeared inside of the building.
We will refer to that as misty step. You step through the mists from one place to another.
I will call it Bat Step.
It should be like Owlbear stride or something. Owl stride or
Owl Step.
yes, owl step. There you go. Owl step. I will see what I can do when we get there. I will find something, but you carry this with you. I don't want to have to carry it.
Very well. He grabs it and flips back up with it. It weighed a good, like, 20, 30 pounds. Lot of coins.
More weight than Argon normally carries.
So, after that little interaction, you do see that he jumps down again, and he has a familiar item to you, Arkin, strapped to his back, though it is completely painted all black and has like a cloak hood flowing over the back. It's a handy haversack.
You're starting to establish quite the kit, aren't you?
Well, I don't take from anybody, including the thieves. But when I return things, people pay me. That and my detective services have started to become sought after. He leans in close and whispers to you. There's quite a few people cheating on their wives.
Oh, no.
They're paying him
My
to
God.
spy on them.
God,
I love this kid so much.
gotta start somewhere.
We've corrupted this kid. Stop.
We should get back down, but I do have one thing for you. I'm handing him another scroll.
Which one?
This one's fog cloud.
Oh, yes!
This one will
Eye of the
instead of-
night. And he just...
well, the last one let you hide what you look like. This allows you to make the entire area hard to see in, so no one will see as you move through the mists and you strike from the shadows.
I have a feeling this is going to be incredibly useful in a warehouse one day with a lot of bad guys for some reason. Smoke bomb. Just
Yep, he's got a smoke bomb spell now.
perfect.
Now all we need to do is give him a grappling hook.
And his next spell is probably going to be invisibility.
He wants Misty Step.
I don't have a scroll of Misty Step, though.
I know.
I'm going to have to get him training on that one.
Yeah.
These
Or
are
you...
just random scrolls that I have laying around that I'm giving him.
So, everybody meets downstairs. The entire Brightblade family has packaged up way too many supplies, crafting materials, tools, everything. And then Mama calls out, "All right, did everybody remember to get clothes? You're gonna need multiple change of clothes." And then immediately about half the family goes back upstairs. And then roughly about 30 minutes after that, everybody is ready.
Oh, well, they were much faster than I expected.
We're very efficient.
Evidently.
Fordrum, your dad walks over to you. You see the heavy bags under his eyes. Honestly, looks a little better than the last time you saw him. Like he
Oh.
might have actually gotten 12 hours of sleep last week.
Right. Hey, Dad. You're looking like you've slept a little.
Yeah, we completed that commission, finally.
Oh, wonderful.
Hmm.
How about a vacation?
I didn't feel like I needed one, but apparently your mother says we have to. I'm one to argue.
In this case, it's appreciated. It'll be good for you.
Your uncle walks in. After the announcement was made that everybody was going to have to relocate, he left the building and now has come back. And he has a very large bag on his back. And when he drops it to the floor, he opens up the top and reaches his entire arm in and then starts pulling out weapons.
What you got there?
Oh, so, over the years, I've been, taking on commissions to make magic weapons for the people, and sometimes they don't pay, or sometimes they don't show up, so I just held on to them instead of reselling them. But I figured now's a good time as any to make sure that everyone in our family has a good, strong weapon.
Fair.
He starts handing out short swords, long swords, great axes, war hammers, pickaxes, war picks, everything.
Wow.
And you see nobody in your family wants the rapier until your cousin walks over.
Hey, Albert.
Is he going to take it? I pick it up and I hold it up to him and I go, "You looking at this?"
Seems flashy. I don't like flashy.
"Oh, but it's fast."
He'll take it from you and start swinging it like he's trained
No.
in basic swords, but
Right. Whoa. No. In fact, hey, Zurazar. Would you mind just briefly showing my nephew how to hold and handle that? Just, you don't have to teach him, but just sort of you know.
You want me to
Basics.
teach your nephew on how to wield
A
weapon?
rapier.
A rapier.
Just because, look, he's going to swing it like a hammer, and because that's what we know, and that's not how it works. It's super effective if you handle it correctly.
Immediately, a handful of your cousins are already making jokes about how dainty it looks, and
I just shoot him a glance like, oh, you think it's dainty. See this spot here? And I point to the smallest little gap in an armor piece. That's where that point fits. So hammer away here. I'd rather get hit by anything you guys have than that thing. Because
Owlbear puts the tip up to that little spot.
Please don't. I will die.
Well, actually, well, they're all
Yazoo?
Well, they're all like kind of like trying to cover their laughter. Zerzar will actually take out his own rapier. He'll make a show of it. He'll just have swinging around, and then he will like ignite it at one point, and then just like draw a line like in front of, like between the owlbear and the other kids, and then with a bit of a flourish, he'll just like slide it back into the sheath and just stare at him.
Acrobatics or performance?
I'll do acrobatics.
All right.
And probably a dexterity save from Mama swinging her freaking spoon at you.
No.
For lighting
They're
on fire?
equipping themselves. This is allowed. This is an
Well, no, setting a
emergency
fire in her
situation.
house.
Oh, jeez. He has way too much finesse to actually light anything on fire.
And first of all, there's nothing that actually burns in this house.
Other than that rug on the wall at the end.
The
of
rug
hall.
on the wall
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about it, right?
But anyways, as you flourish around with your very lovely skill of the weapon, you see a few of them kind of like, they're taking it back. You have skill, and Owlbear seems to be watching you carefully, and then he like adjusts his wrist to the angle that like you're keeping yours at, and then just quickly stabs 3 times, and then like goes over to your armor forger and like starts like angling his finger in like the soft grooves, nodding, and like he keeps doing that.
Every so often, if I feel like the stab is a little too low, like Zerzar would like raise his boot up and like kind of like put like kick the wrist up at a better angle.
Yeah, he's short, so it's easy to. Oh. Yeah.
And when you
So,
stab,
and think about chainmail. Chainmail is just a whole bunch of little tiny bullseyes. And with that, you just poke right through any one of them. It's what it's made for. Stabbing through chainmail.
He opens up his long cloak, and you see strapped to his chest, he has a custom bandolier with 12 throwing darts and daggers all the way up him, and like
Nice.
puts it through a loop that is clearly made for a short sword, but there's at least 20 people in this room who could easily fix that.
Yep.
and then Zerzar is just gonna whisper, and once you get good enough, when you stab someone, you can flourish and twist out to make the wound a bit better, but that's for later.
His eyes go wide when you say that. Then he nods and leans close to you, Zurazar. You and I need to talk
That was
later.
the best Deadpool delivery yet.
We'll find some time.
Oh, he's going to be such a phenomenal NPC or PC one day.
Someday somebody has to play the owlbear.
I really
as a
hope
player.
so. Next campaign, guys, start at like level 5. He's already built up. Like,
Yeah.
There's more magic items than anybody I've ever seen at level 5.
actually, now with that sword, yeah.
With that sword, I'm sure that at least all those throwing things are masterwork.
Yeah. All of them are masterwork, obviously. Yeah. So, anyways, everybody's equipped. Everyone is ready. You see your uncle looks at Mama, ready to hand her a weapon, and then she just takes out her wooden spoon and just twirls it. At 8.
Well, we need to sleep. I appreciate, but we need a night's rest so that Argon is charged and ready to go. I say we celebrate and then leave in the morning.
All right. Bright Blades, we're going to be taking shifts, keeping watch on the entire estate, okay? 5 dwarves at a time. And they all nod. Yep, yeah. You ought to put in your paperwork, letting your bosses know that you won't be in. Your uncle and your dad laugh as they're the boss of everybody in this room other than
Right.
Owlbear. Hey, just because they fucking work for you doesn't mean you're gonna let them get away with going against the rules. Then they all, like, several of them go to start writing notes. All right, then. Ooh. I do, however, want to introduce you all to Rosie. She's a darling.
Okay.
So, come with me. And she starts, like, wandering out. And
Okay.
immediately, 3 of your cousins are all just like, hey, dinner! She just looks back. There's a large fucking pot in the kitchen. Serve it. So, as you walk out of the city, or not out of the city, out of the home, you go over to one of the local taverns around here, listening
good.
to the...
Out of the house.
Yeah.
Good. I cast detect magic just before I walk in.
To the tavern?
Because if I'm going to meet Rosie, I want to make sure that Rosie's not ensorcelled.
Fair enough. When you use the spell, you do sense a few magical objects within the room just from random people sitting into the, tavern. Looking around the area, you do eye up a gnome who has quite a bit more magic surrounding them right now. But the gnome seems to be sitting at the bar stool, holding a very large gauntlet for themselves, laughing hysterically, and by the looks of it, has been lush for several hours at this point.
Okay.
Rosie! Yeah? Oh, hey! How you been, Mrs. Brightblade? She jumps off the stool and stumbles a little bit and catches herself, bringing over to you guys. Hey, how you been? She sticks her hand up to you, Forgem. It's always great seeing you again.
I'll shake
Rosie,
hand.
I'm here. Oh, hey!
I know I look a little bit like my mom. I'm Fordrum, her second oldest son.
Oh, you are significantly uglier than her.
Hmm.
And immediately she just looks down at her and Rosie smiles a mile wide. So, do you want to talk to them a little bit about who you are and where you came from? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the son you were talking about. Yes, this is the son I was talking about. Oh, I got a proposition for you.
I start to get a little sweaty because I feel like I've just walked into an arranged marriage situation.
So,
Okay.
she twists her hand and you watch as a sword appears in it. She turns it upside down and stabs it into the floorboards. How would you like me to assassinate a few of your problems for you? And we're going to go ahead and go on break. Hello, and welcome back, everybody. Before we jump into the action, don't forget like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining any of our games, be sure to leave a comment, message me, or join our Patreon, which is listed down in the description below. So, for Jerome and everybody else, this mysterious individual by the name of Rosie stumbled over to you all, clearly incredibly intoxicated, summoned forth a blade seemingly from nowhere, stabbed it into the floorboards, and has offered to assassinate someone for you.
Now, when she created the blade, was it like how I create my blade, or different?
No, completely different. When she waved her hand, you saw this very weird, abstract background behind, like, the energy that formed the blade.
Okay.
Yep. She wanted to talk to you about that.
Well,
Are you doing brokers for contract killers, Mother Bravely?
No, it's just this.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't judging.
Can you sober her up a little bit? I think she's being a bit too direct. Hey, I'm perfectly fine being a little shit-faced, okay? Trust me, we can hold our liquor fine. Anyways.
what is she? Is she a dragonborn or is she?
A gnome.
No.
Oh no! Oh! What's that gnome? Look at it.
Mhm. Well, this is the deal.
Okay.
I'm in charge of killing someone. My contractor, let's call him, said I gotta do it. But I haven't been able to get to them, and they're aware I'm trying to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I was proposing is you kill them, and I'll kill someone else for you that I can get to more easily.
Who is your person?
She looks around. Their name's Tilly.
Oh,
I can understand that entirely.
Mm-hmm.
We are after her.
Not in that way, though.
Why not?
Kind of the opposite of that way.
She's a
Actually,
dick.
she's an eco-terrorist.
Yeah, but we're trying to track her down because she has information and is pursuing some of the same goals Capriccio was with trying to help the trees.
Oh,
She's also
yeah,
killing,
helping the trees is great. My boss totally says we need to help the trees. The problem is, what she's doing isn't just helping them, but is going to make the trees really fucking angry at everybody. Not that it's a big difference to me, because fuck the Zemnians that the trees are going to fuck up anyways. But my boss would rather the trees don't go against their nature, or some shit like that.
Wait, what is she trying to do?
Holy shit! And she immediately switches into speaking Sylvan perfectly to you. Hey, holy shit! Oh my god, I don't recognize you. Wait, were you
Never
sent
met.
here to like check in on me?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Oh, so you just happen to be. How the hell are you here? You're Fae, right? Yeah, you're definitely a Fae.
Yeah?
Oh. Well, my boss is Eleonore. No need for a check on that one, Capriccio. That is the Archfey of Spring. And to clarify, the Archfey of Spring.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Contractually.
Okay. So back to my question, what is she trying to do?
And this is all in Sylvan, by the way. So if you don't understand
Yes.
Sylvan, you don't understand what's being said, everybody. She's trying to fully awaken the trees and give them independent sentience. And of course, like, that's cool in the wilds and shit, right? But the problem is, she's also infusing them with her essence, so they'll have her hatred towards everything.
All of them?
All of them. Well, just the big ones. And then, if the big ones, like the trees of life and shit like that, if they have that, then they're going to all, like, spread into everything within their ecosystem, right? Because they're all attached to the trees of life in their ecosystem, so. Yeah. But the problem is, I failed my last assassination attempt on her, which means she's aware of me, so I can't get close.
Okay, we didn't know she was trying to do that.
Yeah, kind of a big dick move, like.
That's very bad.
She came to our court, being all buddy, understanding, and tried to get us helping, and then she fucked up. Yeah.
I heard about that.
She should have gone to Autumn, right?
I give her a look.
Oh, are you Autumn?
Yes.
Bitchin'.
What?
I said bitchin'. If you're Autumn, that's cool.
Oh,
Listen, I just work for them, okay? I'm not actually a fae.
I know.
I'm from this world. But they pick up their blade and, like, gesture to the side. But you have to sell yourself, you gotta sell yourself, right? It happens.
I know a thing or two about that.
Yeah.
Zurazar bites back the urge to just snort at that.
Do you speak Sylvan?
Oh, I thought you went back to common. Bye, B.
Nope.
No,
He-
that's in character knowledge, Joey.
You guys? Oh, right.
Oh,
Bernie told you
yeah.
guys? Yeah. Never mind. Okay.
Oh
Bernie
yeah, I
told
forgot
us
about
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, but
That's why I
anyways,
called her an eco-terrorist.
let's keep talking to all the fucking normies. Hey, so yeah,
Well, after she killed an entire village of gnomes, I would say she is pretty evil, Argon.
I didn't say she wasn't evil.
But she's kind of low on our priority list. We've got bigger things to worry about.
We're chasing her down to get to the trees of life anyway.
Actually,
Kind of
it's-
in route.
Actually, it's looking a little bit dicier than that.
I mean, dicier, Capriccio.
Well, apparently she's trying to awaken all the trees in the area that she's going to and filling them with her hatred.
And where are these trees exactly?
the Chevalier wood.
I mean, we're heading there anyway, I guess.
See, this is perfect.
Like I said, it's en route.
But we don't know exactly where we're going to be dropping in. The Savalier Wood is the thing.
Wherever the tree of life is, which I'm guessing is what she's corrupting.
Well, that's what she's trying to get to. Really hard to get through the Chevalier wood. Them trees are fucked.
So,
What do you mean by the trees are fucked?
I don't know what happened there,
Yeah.
but there's a natural corruption through like that entire wood area, and it all seems to stem from like around the tree of life.
Got it.
Really bad. The trees are already kind of dicks out there, but. Ooh.
Got
Anybody
it.
want a bratwurst? I want a bratwurst.
You should have.
Yo, I would have brought worse.
Hey, holy fuck, you're big.
Yeah, I get that.
I can take you.
Argon,
Yeah.
can I have a word with you?
Okay.
She skedaddles to go get a bratwurst with Broska, I assume.
Yeah.
If you saw the image of the battle scene from my scrying, could you send someone to that location?
I have the teleportation circle coordinates for right there. So yes.
Okay. I'm not saying have her kill the twos. Hinder the twos by going around and disposing of all the bodies that the dragon left in its wake. Would definitely hinder their means of making undead. This is all in the same day I did the scrying. So they're making their way to the sanatorium. If we send her to that coordinate, she could go and dispose of all the bodies before the twos get back to it. That would help us significantly.
I mean, we could send her to hinder them. But I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, last time we had the discussion, is that without the right key, anyone that teleports into the Empire dies.
We have the circle, though, don't we?
Well,
Isn't
that's
that
an
the key?
address, not a key. I know where the house is. That doesn't mean I know how to unlock the door. Was that right when we had a conversation with last week, Joey? Was that teleporting into there is a death sentence? Or was it just that there know that you get in there?
It's a death sentence unless you have one of the items of the Volstruckers,
Right.
which I believe your party has a couple or one or two.
We do.
I don't think we have any.
Oh, I mean, I've got like some books of theirs, but I think that's about all we've got.
We have evidence. I know that.
I think
Lots
you're
of
thinking
it.
of the Saturday group.
The only physical item we've gotten from a Volstrucker that I remember is the diamond
Right.
and Sinclair's scythe.
And the skull.
Oh yeah, that's a different group. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We also have the
So, yeah.
skull as well.
Teleporting in there without having one of their belongings, and not just a belonging, like an actual item and object that is meant to, like your robes to the Lyceum, unless you're already inside of the city.
Wouldn't the skull
Or inside
count,
of
then?
the continent. No, because
No.
that is not the specific item that has the specific key to allow you in without getting pasty.
Oh, it was the item that they were using to make necromancy with.
Yeah, it was a spell component.
Yeah, that's a spell component, but like that's the same thing being like, we have this engine to the car. Well, you need the key.
The only place in the Empire I could send her that I'm aware of without setting off a bunch of traps is that Vecna city. Because we know of a hidden teleportation circle that Briarwood created
Mm-hmm.
while she was there. We know that one's hidden from the whole process. It's a back door into there, but we could send her after Eyes.
Good lord.
And she left, so I'm having this conversation with everyone now. I'm not
Right.
just having
That
it with
just-
Sinclair.
Sounds like a death trap.
Yeah, her and Broska are currently having like a bratwurst eating contest.
I'm just.
What should I
Roscoe's
roll
winning.
for that?
You're winning.
Yeah.
Just
I don't disagree.
she is the size of just your stomach. No. So
and I
continue,
can
guys.
stretch that thing out to like hell.
Yeah, so you guys go ahead.
So
If she's
Sinclair,
ever been to Shady Creek, she can go in through Shady Creek and get in there quickly.
yeah, she can go there through the normal method of traveling.
I was just trying to see if there was a way for us to get her to those
No.
bodies before
There
they
is
got
not.
used.
Look, if
I
we have to deal with the bodies, we deal with the bodies. I mean, they're gonna be lumbering undead. They're gonna be a nuisance in comparison to us trying to get to these two.
I wasn't against the idea of sending her there just to harass them, just to
No, I
keep
like
them
that
on
idea.
their toes.
I like that idea too.
She doesn't have to try and kill them. She just gotta bug them for a week or so while we do other stuff. I think that's a good idea, Sinclair. I just can't do the part that you suggested with teleporting her there, is all I'm saying.
Okay, but if she had, say, been to Shady Creek Run and has a means of getting there quickly.
If she could get into the Empire quickly, I'm all for. I mean, Capriccio, do you agree with Sinclair that we need to kill Tilly or deal with Tilly? I mean, I know why you want to go after Sinclair, and I don't disagree with you. It's just I'm not. That's not my primary motivation of a character, to right wrongs.
I just think
I know. I understand where you're coming
we're
from.
going to
Sinclair.
cleanse these trees. She's actively corrupting trees that aren't corrupted yet, if they're not already. We need to stop her while we're stopping T.
I don't have to stop her because that's not what we're actively doing.
If she's in our way, yes.
But we're not talking about her being in our way. We're talking about actively going after her.
Can we let Capriccio answer the question
Yes.
you asked him?
Please.
I'm not sure about killing her, but I mean, she could be brought before the proper authorities.
That works for me.
What if we meet her and we find her to be corrupted in some way, being so close to all this for as long as she has been? I mean, because my thinking is, if the trees around the Tree of Life are all corrupted by something weird that's making them horrible, like this person we just met said, that could be the taint from one of these items of the guy we're hunting items of. And so, sort of like how the protector of the last tree was corrupted.
Maybe her interactions with the one we found in Vecna City corrupted her somehow.
Or maybe there, or maybe just something.
Well, we know it happened there.
Sure.
We know that from the tree itself.
Okay.
Something happened while she was there.
Yep.
That converted her into this zealot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's possible that she's corrupted, and maybe we could do something about it, like we have with the others.
So it's the same answer that Capriccio said. So bringing her to justice, maybe. I mean, obviously, if we try and it doesn't work, and our failure is that she dies during it, that's an unfortunate accident. But I think that mindset-wise, we should be defensive and respectful, because for one part, she is the enemy of our enemy. And while not our friend, could potentially be. And in the very least, she definitely knows stuff we don't. So.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not saying we outright execute her. I'm saying we go to the Saddler Woods. We put a kibosh on her doing whatever she's doing down there.
I get it. I guess
Cleanse
what
the
I'm saying
tree.
is that makes me think we can't agree to a deal to kill Tilly with this one.
Not necessarily.
You're muted, Argan.
Yeah, that's my question. So Capriccio, because Capriccio had a much longer conversation with her than the rest of us did.
Yeah.
What is she? She's after Tilly. I don't know who for. I don't know what conversation you guys had. Is turning her over to the authorities gonna work for what Rosie wants? Will that fulfill half a bargain for her? Do you think?
Did I tell you guys about the time Tilly went to the Feywild?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, she was there for a little bit, and things were fine at first, and then she kind of, flipped out a little bit. And now the Archfey of the Spring Court is the one that's sending Rosie to kill her.
Oh.
Would would it appease the Fey court if we brought her in to their jurisdiction? Like, took her captive and brought her before them.
That is what they would want. Yeah.
So that would be the authorities, Argon. That would be what you're looking for.
Yeah. That's
And we let the
actually
court
what I was
decide.
implying initially.
Yeah, I'm not looking for anything. So if that will fulfill it, then I'm fine with that exchange between us and her. Send her to go harass the twos. While
What do we
deal
tell
with
her
what we
about
need.
the twos?
Good question.
They're Volstruckers who specialize in necromancy. And I'm not expecting her to kill them. I'm just expecting her to,
Keep tabs and delay.
yeah, keep them.
Do we tell her about the capabilities of them? Like, if you get touched by this one person, they'll infest their own flesh into you, and if you kill them, you die as well.
So, Sinclair, if she is able to get touched by one of these people, then she's not good at her job.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to know that much. I think telling her they specialize, because I'm not asking her to physically fight them, because that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if she gets close enough to Zurazar's point, she gets close enough for them to do that to her, she's probably screwed anyways.
So deal with the
Yeah.
bodies that may be between. What was that field called?
I don't care what she does. I just want her to harass them.
So
Whether she deals with the bodies or whatever else.
I want to bring this up. I did not want to, but it's a valid point. These two are smart. If they find out that someone's messing with the bodies, they're going to know that they're being tracked and they're going to move again.
Smart.
I don't think she needs. If we send her in there, she doesn't do anything with the bodies. She keeps eyes on the two, but we have to deal with the bodies ourselves.
So you just want to send her as a spy,
It's the best thing we can do.
as opposed to a hindrance.
I mean,
I'm fine with that.
We will more than likely get more information with her spying than her hindering. If she hinders again, they're going to go on the defense, and they're going to want to either move again, or they're going to actively look for her.
I'm just worried that something was able to fail that dragon, and they're gonna convert it into an undead.
So what?
There's nothing we can do about it.
Kill it too.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to. I don't think we can't expect her to do that much cleanup. It's one person in an empire-occupied town that's full of evidently their Griffin military.
Exactly. We need to play this smart. We don't need to play this obvious.
She's too deep in enemy lines to do anything that over her.
Works for me.
So just have her go spying on the two.
So, at this point, her and Braska come back over. Holy fucking shit, dude. You eat so fucking much. And Braska,
You
for a
barely
gnome,
ate
she
anything.
ate a tremendous amount of food. For someone the size of just your stomach. Jesus.
Like 4 whole brats.
Yeah. That's nothing. Whew.
So, your offer, if we deal with the Tilly issue for you, you will do something for us in exchange.
I would like a few more specifics. Last time there wasn't specifics.
Yes,
I got fucked over by an archfey. So,
here's
Yeah.
the specifics.
okay.
If we come into contact with Tilly in the Savalier Woods and we're able to capture her, we'll find some way of getting her to the Fey court for trial.
Oh, find a way. You don't even have to worry about finding a way. I'm the way.
Okay, or Capriccio.
Oh shit, yeah,
Um,
you're still here. Hey, yeah.
Worst case scenario, she fights us and she dies. Problem solved either way. What we want in exchange is the following. There are 2 individuals. They are Volstruckers. They deal with heavy amounts of necromancy. Their rank is 2, meaning they are high up on the threat level of Volstruckers.
Oh yeah, yeah, 2s.
All we want you to do is keep tabs on how many bodies they bring into, and I'm going to pull up the name, the sanatorium, and I will show them on a map where the sanatorium is.
Okay.
And if they do end up leaving that area for long periods of time, keep tabs on them. Don't engage. We will be in touch with you via sending or paper or some way to communicate with you. And that's how we'll get the information from you, because we're going to have to deal with them ourselves, because we don't want you to die on our account.
Well, first off, I don't plan on dying for any of y'all.
Smart.
Second, I know of the 2s. They're fucking badasses. The good thing I don't have to kill them. I don't think I could. Well, without a lot of prep work first. Huh. But anyways.
Oh, really? We're mostly winging this. We're pretty confident.
Well, I mean, 1, 8, there's a difference, But you just want me to stalk them and take notes on them.
Yeah, stalk, don't interfere, just keep tally of the amount of bodies they bring in.
Hey, Argan, you're muted.
It doesn't need to be that specific. Keep an idea on, keep tabs of whatever they're doing. If that includes transporting bodies, then great, tell us about transporting bodies. If that involves throwing a wild orgy, I want to know that they threw a wild orgy. So I just want to know, we just want to know what they're doing until the next time we contact them.
I put my hands over my mom's ears for a second there. Oof. And then
I'm sorry, I've been spending too much time with Capriccio.
You have?
Mama
I
just
missed
looks
it.
down at you, Capriccio.
Where was I?
Board the pleasure.
In the
ship.
orgy. Just.
Yeah, I was just participating.
All right. So,
So that would be the exchange. We deal with the Tilly situation when we're in the Saddler Woods. You go keep tabs.
now I will specify you either have to capture her or kill her.
Yep.
So you're not held to just capture, because that makes life so hard. Killing is so much easier.
True.
Let me ask
Yeah.
you something.
Yeah.
What if we find that she is tainted by someone else's magic and we can rescue that from her?
Kill or capture, and make sure they're handed over towards the court.
I think that would still be up for the Archfey to decide.
Yeah, at that point, I look over at Capriccio and I go, would she get a fair trial?
It depends how the Archfey is feeling.
That's how the stories about the Fae go. We've heard stories. Well, anyway, we've heard stories that it's kind of a random idea based on how you feel at the time, and it can go horribly well or horribly horrible.
Well, we
In the
won't
Feywild,
know.
everything is an idea, depending on how you feel about it.
Okay.
We won't know until we get to her whether or not she's tainted or not. And if she is, we can cleanse it and then turn her over and let them know she was corrupted by X. And they'll take that into consideration, more than likely.
Yeah. You're familiar with Fae law?
Just in general law.
I don't think they follow general law.
Well,
Nope.
Not heard of
in
it.
They don't
terms of-
even follow your laws of physics.
You know, it's just you're gonna get what you get when it comes to dealing with them.
I didn't know
Hell
we
yeah.
follow laws.
Me? I have
Oh.
my codes that I follow.
No,
No,
not
no.
you.
The Fae. That's what he's talking about. Well, I will do the best I can. I have a hard time making this promise just because there are too many variables outside of our knowledge. If she is tainted and it is beyond her control, I would ask her and help her and try and get her to right her wrongs, but and hopefully not have to kill her for it. But it would be hard to force her to stand trials if she felt there was no chance in surviving a trial, if she was unwillingly coerced, and we found that to be true. So I don't know if that stands for you or would work for you, but it seems like the right thing.
I have a query for you, Capriccio. If we were to hand her over to a different court, like say your court, and explain all the situation, would they be able to protect her while she stands trial?
No deal.
And make sure
My boss wants what they want, and I'm contracted to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Well, you can always join us.
That's not how my contract works either. But yeah, we have a deal.
Capture or kill.
Capture or kill. And then hand over. And in return, I have to stalk them at the Ferguson Sanatorium. Keep tabs on what they do. And give you that information. Sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We hand her over to either you or the Archfey. If we hand her over to you and you lose her, it's not our problem. I'm not going back after her a second time. If you
Yeah,
lose.
that's fair. That's fair, yeah. Damn, I was hoping my life would be easier, but yeah.
Well, and so were we. And so was she, possibly.
Perfect. All right, deal. And they stick out their hand to shake it with you.
I just wait to see who shakes.
Oh, I figure a Fae deal with a Fae deal.
I'll spit on it and I'll shake her hand.
Oh, that's nasty. I don't know where your spit's been.
In my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know where that's been.
I hold
Anyways.
my mom's ears again.
Anyways. Pleasure meeting all of you.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Yeah. She cracks her neck a couple of times. People are so much more trusting when you just act shit-faced all the time. All right, see ya! And she just walks out.
I look at the barkeep. Did she pay her tab?
Barkeep goes, who?
The gnome who was eating brats with Broska.
No. Wait, where the fuck she go?
Here, I got it. What's her tab?
26 gold.
For fuck's sake. Here's 3 platinum.
Yeah,
Get
I
it
saw
out of
that
her
one
when you meet her
coming.
again.
It's a gnome, what do you expect?
But seeing
Yeah,
as
she's
your
with the
family
Fae.
probably devoured dinner, I think we should grab a meal to go and head back to the house and get our sleep in and watches in and head to
Yep.
the school tomorrow.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Don't really like all the shady business, but to be fair, I think it's based off of what I've been hearing from you, probably better this way, right?
Well, maybe. We'll see.
Hmm.
It's kind of the part about shady business is you don't really know what it's like until the shade lifts. Until you get some daylight on it.
Yeah, she mentioned that Tilly folk, and I remember Sinclair mentioned that Tilly folk a few times, and
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Well,
Well, time to eat some street food. You know how long it's been since I had street food?
you
My
name it.
treat,
Oh,
Mama.
you gotta do that now.
Let's find it.
I
What do
don't-
you want?
Not
My
in
treat.
the mood for. Your treat. All right, time to give Brosco a run for his money.
Fine.
Sinclair, you might want to check your coin purse, but it's just
101 platinum and 900 gold. I spent a day.
yeah, they're
going
not going to
back
spend
checking
that
my
much.
money.
They're not going to spend that much.
Yeah, I went back and got my money.
Alrighty. So, you travel around town, get a little bit of noms, get some good eating going, and then head back over to your home where you see that the dishes are being yelled to get clean as soon as she walks into the house because nobody was jumping on that immediately. So,
How much do I need to deduct, Joey?
like 4 gold. She's not going to eat that much.
Did we include Brosco in that thing, or is he paying for himself?
I can pay for myself, probably.
All right, Brosco, you deduct as much gold as you think you'll eat right now.
I'm just gonna give it a platinum and just say that's probably gonna cover it.
Yeah, you're content with that. Alrighty. Alright, so we've all figured out exactly how our sleeping arrangements are gonna go, who's gonna be resting, who's gonna be keeping watch. And then in the morning we're leaving bright and early.
Sure.
Don't worry, I'll stay up a couple more hours and make us a nice spread. So, everybody goes to the backyard to sleep where all of you are stuck at, while different members of your family are patrolling the home and the grounds and making sure everything's on the up and up. So you guys can just rest.
I'm going to actually be awake for it, but yeah.
You're staying
I'll
up
be
the whole night?
shit.
Yep.
Do you have that
At
pack
least
feature?
8 hours. I'm going to make a scroll.
Oh, so you're just taking the exhaustion. Okay.
I'll be sure to, as we go to bed, I'll be sure to put my hearth up. Just in case.
Yeah, as long as it's not Mama's house.
You touch a point in space, and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears centered on that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. While within the sphere, you and your allies gain +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks, and any light from open flames in the sphere isn't visible outside. Damn, that is a really cool feature.
Yes.
So it's Tiny Hut.
Tiny Hut
Uh,
Deluxe.
Not quite.
Well, it's
'cause
30
you can
foot.
still go through it, but like
Yeah.
if you're like on a watch or something, yeah.
It's a good thing to put inside Tiny Hut.
Around.
Tiny Hut. It's
Yeah,
bigger
Tiny
than
Foot's only
Hut.
10 foot. This is 30. So are you considering
Eek.
Fordrum's family allies?
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask. I ain't making any assumptions.
True.
So that's
Yeah.
good. They all get a +5 to their perception checks during the night when they're keeping watch. That's good.
Yeah, and they're stealthier as they walk around.
Oh, the owlbear's gonna love that.
Stealthy dwarfs.
When you're lying down in bed, you just see owlbear in the rafters, looking around, holding the rapier in one hand.
Goodness.
But anyway,
But yeah,
yeah.
during the night, I will put on a scroll of prestidigitation, and I will give it to the owlbear,
Alrighty.
and I'll tell him when you need to hide your tracks, or you need to hide the fact that you were somewhere, you can use this. If you need to distract a target because they may have spotted you,
So
you can use it to do that.
we'll do that in the morning once the rest actually finalizes. We haven't gotten
Okay.
that far yet. So, during the night, rest is easy to find for many of you. Very peaceful, warm hearth from warmth from the forge makes sleeping here very cozy. The contrast between that and the cold of Uthadurn. It's actually very nice. During the night, Arkin, you get a sending. Trent was not bluffing. Two of the mages died. Your mother is back at the Lyceum. Something is wrong with her mind.
Period.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I was waiting to see if that was the ending or not.
No, that was the ending. Yeah.
Had another 11 words, so.
We will be traveling to the Lyceum in the morning with the Brightblade clan. No, what time was it when I wake up, when I get the sending?
Middle of the
This is
night.
before I even fall asleep.
This is middle of the night.
I've changed I'll be there within an hour. And I'm going to go wake everybody up.
You start pushing and rattling everybody awake.
Did we get a long rest or no?
Just barely.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was having quite a nice dream.
You're welcome.
Trent
Other than
hit,
Sinclair, he did not get a long rest.
Trent hit my family. Evidently, something is wrong with my mother. She's back at the Lyceum. So I need to get back there now.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
need to
hit-
go.
Yeah, we were gonna head back there anyway. Let's get everyone then.
You said we got a short rest, Joey?
No, you all completed your long
Oh, I
rest, other
completed
than
the long
Sinclair.
rest.
Sinclair
Oh,
is
okay.
exhausted, but you are in the process of completing the letter, Sinclair. Or
Yeah.
completing the spell
Cantrip
scroll.
All right, so I got my spells back.
Alrighty. So,
You long enough.
you rally up the Brightblade family, and they all meet you in the backyard. Everybody, most of them are very well rested for them. It's typical not to sleep more than like 6 hours or so. So even with watches, they're all good.
I will send a sending to
Underbrand.
Thunderbrand that I'm opening a portal. The Bright Blades will be coming through first. And get ready to receive us. And then I will start casting Teleportation Circle.
He'll reply to you. Professor Vito will be there. I am currently with your mother. So, you cast the circle, and the dwarves all look at it never seeing a powerful spell like this ever cast in their proximity. They all step through one at a time and teleport all the way through. It is 30 and it's open for 6 seconds, so
It's open for a minute. Teleportation is open for a full minute.
Oh,
Teleportation circle is.
Circle is the 6 seconds. All
Because
right,
I have I have the circle because I know the address. So yeah, it's a 10-foot diameter that's open for 1 minute.
All
Oh,
right.
duration. Oh no, it is 1 round. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Damn, why do you argue with me, man?
I'll cast it multiple times if I need
You
to.
will have to cast it twice to get everybody
That's fine.
through. Yeah. You can get like 15 people in one go consistently that aren't used to going through a teleportation portal. So, yeah. Alrighty. You all are the last ones to step through after everybody else has made their way in from 2 castings. You see the dwarves are currently being escorted by a handful of the graduate year students, the ones that are, if it wasn't for the state of the world right now, would have been sent out to handle a thesis. They all are being helped with their belongings and escorted away. When you arrive, you see there is a human woman standing there. Argan, you immediately recognize Professor Vito. She is Thunderbrand's second for Archmage of Illusion. He is the Archmage of Illusion. Actually, he's not even Archmage of Illusion. He's just the headmaster, and yeah, that's funny.
He's the head of illusion.
He's the head of Illusion, and she's just one of the professors of it.
Okay.
Not a whole lot of interactions between you and her. Just never happened. She nods her head towards you. Again.
Professor, my companions will help get everybody settled. Where is my mother?
She's currently being held in our detention facility.
Do I know where that's at?
Yes, you do. The detention facility is hidden in the pretty much basement of the school itself. It is where unruly students or students who messed up their spell casting and get a little wonky are put, because it's null magic in the entire facility. It's like the only thing that can house powerful mages.
Boardroom, if you want to get your family settled, I'm gonna go take care of this.
You don't want me? Okay.
And
Maybe Capriccio could go with you. Well,
I'll come find you guys if I need
you
something.
might need some restorative magics, and
Let me assess everything first.
Okay.
just
But
know we're
thank you.
available.
So, you wander into the school where it is just vacant. Nobody is in the halls. Nobody is on the staircases. There's not even so much as any whispers or any talkings and rummagings that you can usually hear from the many different dorm rooms of the students who stay here. As you pass by, you wander with your professor, Vito, down into the basement. And she brings you over towards the door and stops for a moment. I should probably prepare you a little bit. Physically, her wounds are being tended to. Unfortunately, he used a strange object that looked like a rod and struck her in the head with it, and since that, her mind has been acting not like her. There are moments of time where she is acting like herself, but then she becomes much more feral in nature. We've detected the magics inside of it. It is definitely something coercing her mind, but we have not been able to dispel it. And we've already sent this over to the School of Divination, and they are researching as much as they can about this. We are not sure if any restorative spells would fix it. At this moment, you hear from behind the door, yelling, and Thunderbrand kind of like trying to talk peacefully and easily. And then you see the door opens up and Reggie steps out, and his hair is down in a mesh over top of his eye and face. You see that his cloak and robes are tattered and ruined. They are completely and utterly decimated upon him. And when he steps out, you see that he is walking with a cane and his left leg is missing.
Ooh, Reggie?
Yes.
God damn.
Oh, we don't know this.
Nobody. Yep.
Just asking for clarity.
He looks over at you, Argan, and steps across the door and like leans against the wall on the other side. I did what I could.
I thank you for what you could do. This is my doing, not yours, Reggie.
So
Thank you for trying.
he nods. So
I'm gonna head into the room.
when you get in there, you see your mother in a state you have never seen her in. Her very tightly kept single strand of a ponytail is whipping around the top of the rest of her bald head, laying against her shoulder, raggedy, sweaty, splitting towards the ends. You see that there is a tremendous amount of scars, burn marks, acid burns, and everything else of the like across her. And when you step in, you see that her wrists and her legs are bound to the wall physically, and Thunderbrand is currently handling some shackles to loosen the grip on her as she's momentarily coming back to her senses. Argan,
How is she?
I'm right here. I'm fine for now. When she came through, she demanded we put her in here. We're tending to the wounds as best as we can, but her episodes seem to come and go every few minutes.
What are the episodes like, Mother?
I lose all understanding of everything that I've developed since I was a child. All that I know is that everyone near me is an enemy, but for some reason I can still wield magic.
So it alters your perception of other people, but it doesn't really alter your base knowledge.
No, it removes all of my base knowledge of everything, but I'm still able to wield my magic. It's more out of instinct than anything else. It's almost like I'm an animal that understands magic fully.
What has been tried so far?
Dispelling of the magic, nullification of all of the magic, medicinal herbs. They're researching to see if there's any history of something like this happening. There are spells that have been in place that have ruined people's minds in the past, but this seems to be different.
Have you seen a healer at all? Like a divine healer?
We have our professors working on researching what this is first before we bring in somebody from the church.
I have a few powerful ones with me. Perhaps they might be able to help.
She nods. Well, I would prefer to be in a bit more of a reasonable state before that happened. Yeah, I ain't changing ya.
I'll take care of it.
Maybe we wait until after one of my episodes.
How often do they happen?
3 minutes intervals. 3 minutes of it not happening, and then it happens between 1 and 3 minutes, and then 3 minutes of it not happening. She looks over at you quickly and then looks away. I couldn't heed your warning. You know that.
I do. But I also know I'm the one that brought this on you.
The monster would have had to come after me eventually anyways.
Perhaps, but I made it personal.
Thunderbrand. Yeah. Tell him what you found. Headmaster, this is specifically for them only. Do not speak back to me again, Thunderbrand. He looks over at you, Argon. So I got into contact with a couple of our students and associates of the Lyceum that have very in-depth knowledge of necromancy. We're not supposed to say anything like this to anybody, but he is a supreme lich. The phylactery count is 6 in total.
6.
Yes.
Oh,
We're almost done.
yeah.
You're getting closer.
We're like halfway there.
They aren't from our realm, which means he came here through other means. Supreme liches aren't supposed to be able to go through the veil, but for some reason, he is currently able to get through the veil, and is here already. We also found out that magic within his control is supposedly be able to be cast up to 11th level. Yeah.
I thought that wasn't possible with the gate.
It's not supposed to be. The only way that powerful spells like that are supposed to be achievable is through the sacrifice of many, many powerful individuals. But the Supreme Liches, in order to become who they are, had to sacrifice many, many, many powerful. So although he isn't able to do it consistently, he will be able to do it as a last resort. They are immune to all magics of School of 4th or lower. And they are immune to all effects that would, well, show that they are undead or force them to act like other undead.
I know at least some of his power. I know his power at least somehow relates to the abyss. And the constant cycle of rebirth and re-energy that comes with the abyss. I haven't been able to find out anything else yet. We've located, we believe, a third of his phylacteries at this. Or we've located 2 for sure. We think we know where a third is. That's where we were heading next. Do you have any idea if this spell that's on Mother is tied to her physical form or if it's tied to her soul?
We'd need somebody more practiced in medicine to be able to discern that, and I've already instructed all of them to go conduct their research before we try anything else. At that moment, you notice your mother grips her fist very tightly and grinds her teeth while glaring at you, and immediately Thunderbrand grabs the chains connected to the wall and starts pulling to the opposite side of the room. And you see her struggling against the chains, trying to snap, bite, and twist her fingers to cast spells directly at you in front of her. There's no sign of her understanding who you are. There's no sign of any remorse or emotion other than hatred and destruction. Sorry, Eugen, you should take a step out, please.
Yeah, I need to go talk to some of my companions. We'll talk later, Thunderbrand.
Yeah,
Let her know. Let her know I'm sorry.
Sure.
Then I'll walk out the door.
When you get out the door, you see that Reggie has been walking with the cane heading up the stairs. Clearly not very adept at using it quite yet. Vito looks over at you and we've recalled all of the professors and all of our associates back to the Lyceum. We are currently organizing all of our combat-trained professors to link up with Tal'Dorei and assist them in their endeavors.
Thank you. Where are the rest of my companions at?
They're at the Lucky Building.
Okay.
So.
Let me know if you need anything from me or if anyone else needs to tell me something. I'll get out of the chair. Reggie, it'll be faster if you just take a seat and we'll go see everybody else.
He looks at you and clearly has not slept yet and has a look of defiance, but then just accepts defeat and sits down.
Do you have a room set aside for him somewhere?
We haven't done that yet. I'm not staying here.
You're probably going to have to at least stay the night, Reggie. I can't imagine you've got much left of the tank. You can stay in the Lucky House with everybody else.
Very well. He reaches into his pocket and takes out his blindfold and puts it back on and just follows you.
Well, I control the chair.
Yeah, so just
even
follows you.
mentally, so yeah. So
the two of you exit out, and you can tell he's clearly been instructed he has to keep himself blindfolded to not know anything about the terrain or landscape of the Lyceum at all. Though he is technically an ally, he was at one point in time a powerful Volstrucker within the ranks of the Empire.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready to flaunt the protection protocols of the Lyceum right now.
Yeah. So, you get over towards the building where you hear inside the loud laughter and joy coming from the Brightblade family. You hear it extends all the way through this entire house, which is kind of like a small mansion. All of these dorm buildings and complexes are set aside so that they can summon more to accommodate individuals, but it is a little more taxing the more buildings they have to have just for the security of the entire place. As you get outside of it, Reggie takes off the blindfold and looks over at you.
What happened?
He was able to look at me and cause me to immediately stop moving. Just with a look. Then, when the other professors with your mother went in to attack, he was able to wield a lot of magics to deflect what they were doing, and, well, apparently Lyceum combat teaches you to test your enemy's limits, and they were casting lower level spells to feel him out at first, but he didn't have those reservations. He made a blade that was black appear in front of him, and when he sent it outwards, one of them dodged out of his way, but the other two were cleaved in half instantly. He angled it specifically not to hit your mother. And when she went in to combat him, admittedly, remarkably powerful, I'd be terrified of her. He accepted an attack from a blade she was wielding, and then he struck her with the rod he had, and instantly she turned away from him and charged after me. I tried getting away as quickly as I could, trying to draw her at least 61 feet away from him. But in doing so, she ended up cutting off my leg. I had to leave that behind. And when we were far enough away, I quickly summoned forth a darkness to shroud us, and then, well, teleported her here. Once I arrived, it was excruciatingly painful to be held in place and bleeding through my leg, but luckily she was as well, and Thunderbrand heeded the warning protocol you gave me. As soon as we got her settled in and they stopped the bleeding in my leg and made sure I wasn't being controlled by Trent at all and everything else, I was allowed to use my magics again, and I used my last spell I had to contact you.
Thank you, Reggie, for what you did and what you sacrificed.
Well, I made a promise.
Don't let Capriccio know you lost a leg. He might try and plant a Reggie tree if he finds out there's a whole leg. Or at least don't tell him where it's at.
He just idly nods.
We'll head into the house.
All right. The moment the two of you walk in, you see the main foyer immediately silences as everybody looks over at the two of you. And Mama calls out, "All right, Bright Blades, you all need to get to your fucking rooms now and start settling yourselves in." You see there's a lot of hesitance as they all look at the two of you. And she stomps her foot. "Now!" And everybody takes off running upstairs. Leaving just all of you down here as she looks over at you, Argan, and just gives you a sympathetic smile and keeps walking.
So
Well-
what happened?
Well, he fulfilled his threat. He touched her with some sort of rod, and it appears to have been some form of madness. She cycles through 3-minute intervals of being herself and being a creature capable of still casting magic, but not being able to see as anybody as anything but an enemy.
When did this happen?
A few hours ago.
Trent was still in the city then when we were dealing with my dad.
She wasn't in the city.
Where was she?
She was off the southern coast
Ah,
fighting the Navy.
so he just popped in just to do that, then popped out.
He also killed 2 archmages of the Lyceum.
Kind of what
So-
he does.
Took poor Reggie's leg here.
He just like waves at you all.
Arc
with it- with-
mages?
With his stub leg or with his arm?
Hand.
Capriccio, can you help Reggie at all?
With the leg?
Yeah. He lost it protecting one of our families.
I'm just saying, a peg leg is in fashion these days.
Well, do you want your leg back, Reggie?
For fuck's sake, why wouldn't I want my damn leg back?
I don't know.
Yes.
He does have a tendency to keep these parts.
What do you mean?
I appreciate having all of my limbs.
Okay. And I will fly over towards him. And this will take a couple minutes. Not too long. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will put a hand on his shoulder and I will begin to cast Regenerate.
All right. During the process, he has to take off the wrappings and such, and over the course of the couple of minutes that he is regenerating, he goes from no leg to Deadpool leg to full leg.
I remember that scene too.
Only he's got one little baby leg for a while. Thank you, Capriccio.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
You said your mom was affected by one of his magics.
Some form or another. They think it's necromantic in origin, but it's beyond anything they've ever seen.
Well, you said it's a rod, right? So it's not his magic, then it's something else.
Yeah, possibly.
Something he may have created, or it could be.
Or found.
I'm more inclined to think he found it. I mean, look at where he was digging before.
Yeah.
They did find out a little bit more information about his capabilities.
Go on.
He's capable of casting spells far beyond what was supposed to be possible after the rise of the gate, when the gods locked most of the arcane power on the other side following the cataclysm.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
He's also immune to anything that's mid to low level magic
Oh, great.
completely.
What's considered low level magic to a lich?
I don't know that
School of Fourth or
School of-
lower.
Yeah, I know it's School of Fourth. I was trying to think of a way that I could equate that to Sinclair, who's a warlock, and not.
I know how to
Yeah.
do that. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Yeah, everything you do is slightly above
Yeah.
that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
my cantrips would be the only thing I wouldn't be able to
Oh
do.
yeah, cantrips are nothing to him.
Basically, anything but the most powerful spells that me or Capriccio could do. Almost everything that Forger could do, but your very, very most powerful
Mm-hmm.
would be the only thing spell wise that would be able to affect him. Sinclair, I think you've got enough oomph to push past that at least natural immunity of it. What other effects he has, I don't know.
I have been picking up things to help fight against him specifically.
And there's 6 of his phylacteries.
Well, we're a third of the way done.
Yes.
And
Well,
once we pick up the one in Savalier, that'll be half.
we've taken a third of them away from him, but we still don't have possession of one of those.
And
Yeah,
not
but
only-
he has no connection to it either.
But the
So-
problem, but the issue is we are under the impression that all of his other ones are in these trees. After this is the third one out of what, 3, right?
Yeah.
Where are the others, or where are his other fragments? We have nothing to go off of.
We're hoping Tilly knew something, but
Well, we know that there are the same number of trees of life. So we're thinking that maybe they're all corrupted with these things.
Or at
Oh.
least their guardians.
But I thought there were only 3.
Three
no,
of what?
there's more than 3 trees of life. We have
Oh,
only
Yeah, there are several.
got it. Okay. I misunderstood. That's my apologies.
And,
But
Yes,
Yeah.
Reggie?
Capriccio, there's 5. Sorry. Capriccio would know there's 5.
Well, there's actually only 5 of them.
so if there's 5 and we need how many fragments?
6.
Where's the last one?
Probably close to him.
Could be the rod.
Could also be the rod.
Could be.
But the rod and its effect makes sense of how he's been able to manipulate some of these guardians potentially.
We won't
Hmm.
know until we do enough magical detection to determine the specific nature and then try the methods that we have learned to extract these things from those types of individuals.
I am kind of inclined to think the rod might actually be the last one because we've seen what those things can do. They weaponize and corrupt individuals. I mean this in no disrespect, Arkin, but that seems to be exactly what's happening to your mother.
No, you're right. It's very similar to what happened to, at least to what we know happened to the guardian of the last one.
And it would make sense that he would want to keep one close by. He can be confident enough that all these other ones are spread out all over the place, but on the off chance that they are taken, like we are doing as of right now, it would make sense to hold one close at hand and possibly make it the most dangerous one.
It could be how he's making the serum too, that he's super soldiering his men, because he did inject another serum in to number 1.
I don't think that's the rod doing it. I think that's something else.
I don't know anything that corrupts an essence as much as what he's been doing.
Yeah, but he's capable of casting magic beyond the gate. So what he could do is a lot.
Yeah.
Realis-
All I know is the one that's in the shade is disconnected from him because he can't access its power and he can't get to it because if he does, he loses all his power. That is strictly from the Lord of the Shade that we've dealt with and his understanding as well as Lady Teresa's understanding of the Shade because she has talked to me about the Shade as well. Because I did a little bit of research into the Shade. We do have the one we're going after a second. I say after those 2, we destroy them somehow. I think at least getting 3 away from him will weaken him a significant amount, which will make getting the others either easier or make him go to them to protect instead of being on the offense and going after our families. So I think getting the one in Savalier Woods and then going and destroying them is the best course of action because it puts him on the defense.
But he's not on the defense, though.
Not yet.
Because we haven't destroyed any yet.
We're collecting them.
That's why he's on the offense.
Right.
He's going after what we cherish.
Right, but there's going to come to a point to where he's going to come after us. Once he realizes that these things aren't destroyed, we're holding on to every single one of them. All it takes
That's
is
why
one-
I'm saying once we get to the halfway point, we destroy, then we go after the last three. We figure one will be on him anyway.
Why go halfway? Find a way to do it now.
Well, that's what I mean. Once we get past the Saddler Woods one, that's
No,
the halfway one.
you're misunderstanding me. Now,
We'd only be destroying one.
don't we have two?
No,
No, the other one's in the shade with the king.
Good as destroyed.
Well, unless he decides to go to the shade and take it back.
We have one right now.
Yes.
Make a point. Destroy it.
I still don't know how to destroy it.
We're in a building with the greatest minds in Tal'Dorei right now. Someone here must know how to do it.
I understand what you're trying to say, Zuru, but I actually think that destroying them here is a bad idea.
I'm not saying destroy it here.
Well,
I'm
we
saying
can't. Yeah, he's saying research it here, right?
Yeah, I'm saying we find a way to destroy it. We don't do it here, obviously. We do it somewhere else.
Okay, because you were saying right now.
I meant more, we'd find a way to destroy it right now.
What
we
if
have no
where
idea.
we have to destroy it is hell?
You mean the Abyss?
It is. We have to go to the
Whatever.
abyss to destroy it.
Let's
I
see
know
what
that
hell-
for a fact.
So we know where we need to go to destroy it, but we don't know how to.
Yes.
We know how to get there, sorta, but we don't know how to destroy it physically. What about the restricted section, Argan?
Yeah.
There's got to be something from beyond the time of the gate in the restricted section that deals with phylacteries and how to destroy objects of immense power like that. We can't keep throwing shit in the volcano of God. So there's got to be something in that repository of knowledge that could aid us. We need to get your mother under control, and we need to get the two smartest brains behind this project. Hell, get your whole family involved in this project. Because as soon as we get the one in Saddler Woods, we need to know how to destroy these. So while we're in the Saddler Woods, we need this researched.
I want to bring this up too. It's not a bad idea, but he's only after. He's not after killing our family. He is after manipulating and corrupting them from the inside out. He finds out that one of the families is actually actively going against him. He's not going to do that. He's going to kill them. Every single one of them.
Well, I think he'll kill the rest. I think he'll go after my family at this point, regardless.
My family is pretty much SOL at this point, unless we deal with it quickly.
I think what he's doing now is he's trying to get us to return him by putting pressure on us by going after our family. I think to Sinclair's point, if we destroy them, he'll know that that doesn't make a difference. That we're never going to give him back to him. That putting pressure on our family didn't work as a tactic. And that he will come more directly after us as opposed to going after our family members.
That or he'll protect the ones that he still has left.
That means you'd have to go back to the trees, though.
True.
Do you think one is growing inside your mom as we speak?
Oh, I hope not. Why did you put that in my head?
we
Well-
won't? Oh, good.
It's what I was thinking of.
I thought about it too.
I thought about it as well, but
Goodness.
that is not something we can dwell on right now. We need to focus on what's in front of us
We help your mom best way we can.
by finding the others.
Well, by trying to see if we can't cleanse her.
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
We could try at least.
We should try.
If we make the attempt, that will at least give us an idea if we can even affect further beyond his power.
I'm not saying don't try. I'm just expecting it not to work. We're talking about someone who can cast magic beyond anyone's capabilities or rationality. If he's able to do that, and he was able to inflict it upon Argon's mother, there's a very good chance simple cleansing is not going to do anything. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative about this, but I'm assessing and realizing the situation that we're in. I mean, look at my dad. He has a piece of him missing, and all it takes is one good pinch and he's gone. I realize this. It's magic I have no idea about.
Oh shit!
We
My
were
dad's
able
still
to
out
help
there.
your dad.
What was that, Capriccio?
We were able to help your dad.
Temporarily. They still have the piece. They can still kill him whenever they want.
Yes, and we're going to deal with that too. It's just we need to get him on the defense, not on the offense. And the way we do that is get the one in Zaveler Woods, get these things to the abyss, destroy them.
So, let me
That
ask
is
this.
why I'm saying we need to try and see if we can't help Argon's mom right here now.
Then,
If we can free her of this torment, then we could put her mind and the minds of the heads of this school in that repository of don't touch these unless dire circumstances are necessitating it
if
to find a way to break them.
if you are unable to cleanse her right now, we need to leave for the Savalier Wood immediately.
Oh, I agree.
We are better if that doesn't work. We are a better hope if we can continue what we've been trying to do, and if we can kill the two, even better.
Argon, do you have enough material to do the at least the one thing around magic that I needed for you on the scythe?
I'm not in a mindset to do that right now, Sinclair. Maybe Fordrum can help you with it. I've got other things I need to focus on than your scythe.
Well, no, it's the properties of it might be able to help. The shepherd's crook is, from what I've been told, to guide souls. This might be able to help break whatever connection he has to her. I don't know.
Now, is this crook guiding souls to the afterlife?
Well, he has
One
the scythe,
second.
not the.
1 second.
Yeah.
And Capriccio will just sort of look forward and go.
Owlbear slowly walks down the stairs, kind of like, for once, not looking like he's trying to put on a face, but just like looking surprised.
Nephew?
I didn't expect that snooping would do this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
It's not a decent moment to snoop. There are things at hand that are bigger than us.
There are things in this world that is better off that you don't know for your safety. There'll be times in your life where you're going to have to make hard decisions. The best decision you can do is to forget everything you just heard, go upstairs and behave. Don't get the mages here any trouble. It's for the safety of your family.
He nods and heads back upstairs.
He'll learn.
He's good.
He's quite good, actually. I will give him that. No, and I meant it. Nothing wrong with a bit of snooping, but time and
Just
place.
time and place.
Argon, I know you have a lot you need to do right now. and hopefully this cleansing does work. So I'm going to reach into my bag. I'm going to take out the expensive liquor, pop it open. I'm going to hold it out to Argan. Liquid luck.
I guess Argan will have a drink at this point.
And then after you pass it back, Zirzar will also take a swig, and he'll kind of stop for a second. He'll actually hold it out to everyone. He's going to say, I think we all realize this. There's a decent chance we all die.
I realize that every day.
More so now. Let's make sure, if we do, we give him hell. And I'll extend it out to Sinclair.
I give the bottle to Braska. Drink 2 for me.
All right.
Sinclair,
I
come on.
can't.
Don't
Mike.
do that.
Don't
Yeah,
do it. Oh, right, my bad. My bad. Yeah, once everyone's taken one, I'll cork it, put it away.
Reggie will go over to you, Fordrum. If you would like, I don't think I'm able to get back soon. I can mentor your relative a little bit to make sure he learns the proper way to do things. Not my ways. He looks at you, Argan. To teach him how to properly respect the boundaries with that particular skill set.
Well, I'm sure he would appreciate the talk. He's young. His attention span is good, but part of the trip might be just as good. We're trying not to empower him to harm people yet.
I will not teach him anything about being a Volstrucker or anything like it.
No. I know that. I'm saying again, we just I don't know. You're welcome to, of course, and I would greatly appreciate it.
He wants to be a detective, is what he told me.
Well,
One that does good for his people. And I hand Reggie a scroll and tell him, this is for him.
very well. Since I'm going to be bound here for a little while, I received the message. They said I'm not allowed to leave until they check to make sure he has no other unforeseen control over me, which is reasonable. So, since I'm bound here, I'll educate him a bit more properly.
You might also want to do non-detection on yourself if you have the means.
I always have that up on me.
I just mean he's got your leg now.
Don't I know it? And he'll head up the stairs.
Capriccio, Fordrum, my people don't have a lot of the type of magics that you two do. Would you mind at least seeing if maybe there's anything you can do to help her?
I would be honored.
I'd be offended if you didn't ask.
Right.
The only time I've dealt with mind possession is when we dealt with your old compatriot being turned by Delilah.
So,
Glad he didn't ask me because I barely got my own mind under control.
so
Roscoe, you're the most powerful caster among us, though. You were going to be my backup plan when they failed.
I'll try, but I don't.
Just
ain't
slap
guaranteeing
her.
shit.
Just slap. Actually, Roscoe.
slap the sets back
I
at her.
might be able to just slap it out of her.
Anyways,
Destroy magic.
are you guys going
Enchantment.
to go down there now?
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
as I go, I'm going to be sewing together the hands of the gloves, the
Androsphinx?
Androsphinx gloves, so
Okay.
that she can't move her fingers,
Oh.
so that when we slip her on her, she's going to stand like this.
I
Oh,
will
no,
ask
that-
you one thing because you have met Argan's mother. Do
Yeah.
you have a magical way or a very, very strong way to sew them together? Because she's a lot more fit of a Goliath than Aryan is.
Oh.
Yeah,
wasn't aware of it.
she's not like, oh, I'm a Goliath who's a wizard. She's like, I'm a fucking wizard that's a fucking Goliath.
Oh.
She fought with a sword.
Well.
Yes.
How about
I
I
can
shrink
use-
her?
I can use fabricate.
How about I shrink her?
What?
I shrink her? Make her.
No.
Make her
Yeah, I don't think we want to make her harder to find.
no,
if
she
anything,
would. She would only be like small. Maybe like. I don't know.
Like you
A
were
beat.
Fortrum size?
would
Yeah,
still
like
make her
a
harder to
Fortrum
find.
size.
At least now she's a giant walking target. We can keep track of her easier.
All right. Well, with all of this, you all head over towards the Lyceum College itself. When you all step through, Capriccio, you bounce off the threshold of the door from an invisible wall.
Mm.
I'll wrap my knuckles against it.
Oh, you can go through no problem, Zurzar.
Oh,
Argan, I think you need to
Uh,
get permission.
I don't think it's a matter of permission. I think it's a matter of.
oh, because I think you've. Wait, can everyone else go through?
Everyone other than Capriccio.
I out of character. I know what this is. In character, I got no idea.
Is Thunderbrand still in there?
Yeah, he's down there.
Or do I know? Is this specifically spelled? Is Fae one of the things this room is spelled against?
Oh, it's not the room. This is the college itself.
Oh, the college itself. Is
Yeah,
the
and that's not
college-
usual. That's not typical, but
Oh, okay.
this is not a typical sign.
So we might need a password or something so that a Fae could pass in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be convenient.
Yes, it would. Sorry, I was not aware that they put up these level of precautions.
Vito is walking by and looks over at you all.
Vito, Professor, is there something? Do we have some blockage up against Fae?
From all otherworldly entities, the moment we found out that she looks at everybody and immediately stops talking, yes.
I'm going to need my friend here to have a pass.
Hi.
Does it affect me?
No, you were allowed. You're from this plane. This is where you are tethered to. This is your home. Vito walks over, moves their hands very quickly and casts silence on the outside and gestures to everybody here. All of you need to step out into the silence.
Step
Can I
into
do
the
so?
silence.
Do-do-do.
Step into the silence.
All right. I forget if you do or not. Do any of you know how to read lips?
Nope.
Observant?
No, I don't have that on this character.
All right.
Sadness.
Well,
And
then
I don't have tongues up, so I can't read their lips that way.
So they say something, and then they stop concentrating on their silence, and you may pass through.
I know what he said.
Thank you, Professor.
How do you know what they said? You can't read lips.
Blueberries.
Oh no. And it's she. But anyways, she allows all of you in, and once you get out of anywhere near her, she puts back up the restrictions and words.
The password's
Thank
just
you.
password.
Password's password.
So
It would be.
They'll never expect it.
you all it's actually apples, and nobody ever figured it out because it has an S at the end, because everybody goes apple, not apples. Plural, you know?
Fucking brilliant.
Damn it.
No wonder this is a college.
Pineapple.
There's so many smart people here.
Yeah. Wow. To be fair, it's a college. They'd make it some word that 99% of people could not possibly pronounce.
exquisite.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yes. Intelligence of 10 or lower? No idea. Just.
Wait, what's mine? Hold on. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good.
I don't need to check mine. Mine's good.
So, you all travel with Argon down the stairs. Once you get over towards the door, it's shut right now, but as soon as you rasp on it, Argon, Thunderbrand unlocks it from the inside. Oh, hello.
Where are we in the cycle, Thunderbrand?
Should be good for a minute or so.
I want my companions to at least see if there's anything they can do.
Thunderbrand, how far from this location can we take her? Maybe try to cast something on her. And how,
We can take her out of the cell, but all of you who are capable of countering magic, you have to be at the ready.
Couple of questions. Okay, good.
I was thinking of putting these on her if she would, and I've used Fabricate to make basically a uniglove that keep her hands and fingers
You
together.
did universal glue, so it's just fuck.
Right.
Let us pray gloves, my favorite.
All right. You hear all of that? Yes, it's fine. Just come on.
Roscoe, you might want to be on the other end of the chain.
Should we wait to the end of this next?
Yeah.
We should wait till the end of the next bad cycle.
Probably. All of
I'll-
you wait outside, unless you're. Are any of you medicinally trained? And he's asking specifically, are any of you trained in medicine?
Argon,
Nope.
Ross
I
was
would
our
like-
doctor.
I
You
would like
what?
to try something while she's in her fugue state.
Which is what?
I want to apply my maddening ability, because when it came to dealing with the possession effect from Delilah, it worked really well.
But
And
that
I
was
wonder if giving her that shock of mental stimulus would knock her out of that state temporarily.
Well, you
But
have to
that-
wait until she's out of the cell, anyways. No magic happens inside those cells.
and
Yeah,
not really-
and-
It's not magic.
It's a magical effect.
Okay, so magical effects don't work either.
Yeah, it's a null magic room. There's, for some
I thought that
reason,
only
her
affects-
very specific thing is happening, but no other magic is potent inside of that room.
And I also want to. This is as I was talking. I want to point out what happened with Delilah was different. This is worse. It might not even.
It,
Be that.
it could be the same type of effect, though. It turned an ally against people that
But that was a full possession. This is not possession.
This is.
we don't
corruption.
know. That's the thing. That's the whole point of.
She still has the capability of using her magics. It's not
And
possession.
so did they.
Do
You know,
I-
another thing is if we do suspect that this thing is trying to grow in her, maybe removing her from the null magic area would be harmful, because maybe then it would be able to gather the power to grow.
That's a very good
Well,
point.
We have to remove her from the null magic if we're going to try and do anything
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
But we only want to do that while she's in her good state and
Yep.
attack. And so there's no point in trying your ability, Sinclair, only because she will not be in the bad state at the time. And I don't want her out of that room while she's in her bad state. It's too dangerous of a risk.
Yeah, we're
so-
not going to do that.
So, question, DM.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. Argon, did you see anything wrong with her when you saw her? Any black veins, anything that might be consistent of what we've seen before?
Argon is very unobservant. No.
Could
That
I?
doesn't mean there wasn't any. You
Yeah.
know for a fact that Argon is very unobservant.
That is
But I
fact.
will
So
tell
to be
you no.
fair,
You said she was hit in the head, right?
She was touched in the head by whatever he used.
Could I look over and see if I notice something similar to what we've seen before, like blackened veins, maybe darker
Alright.
patches of skin?
So
I don't
right
think
now,
we're-
right now she's about to start her episode. So that means Zurazar, Braska, two of you in the room. Thunderbrand's closing it.
I step out.
So
And when we're outside of the room, is it magical again? Or is it
yeah, outside the room, magic is active. Inside the
Okay.
room, no magic can penetrate and no magic is happening.
Oh, and we're gonna wait until after her episode's done. Do we want, or are you guys wanting me in here?
No.
Well, you
I
said you
wanna
want to
be-
look at everything while she's going through her things. Yeah, if you want to be in there as well, Sinclair, that's fine.
Could I do it then to where I could stay out of sight so that we just know I'm there? That way I have a better chance
it's
of
a
observing.
square room and she's against the back wall. That's not really an option. These holding cells aren't designed for people to hide in them.
But so wait, hold on. There's a room, and then you can look into the cell, right?
Yeah, there's a little door, like a little
Oh.
window.
Oh, I'll just do this then. I'll just put on my cloak of invisibility.
It
Alright.
doesn't work in there.
Not inside the cell. Outside
But to
the
sit
cell.
at the door frame. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so inside is Braska
And
and
me.
Sinclair. She starts entering into the episode, and Thunderbrand is holding the chain to make sure she doesn't, get off of the wall itself. Braska, feel free to roll a medicine check.
Alrighty.
Guidance.
It
oh,
wouldn't
shit,
work,
it doesn't cast through the door.
and it wouldn't work anyways. No magic in here.
I know. Just
Am-
kidding. I cast it anyway, and it just goes through it.
I'm going to do perception and look
What are
at
you
the
trying to
wound.
perceive?
So where they described that she got smacked in the head.
That's
I'm
the back
looking
of
to
her
s-
head, and she's like held against the wall right now.
Oh,
I mean,
Uh,
I was still. By the way, I was still in the room. I would just put on the cloak so that way it turned invisible, like at the
But
doorway,
if
so-
you are inside the room, you are not invisible because no magic,
Oh, I'm-
magic exists in this room. No
I thought you were talking about the-
magic in the room. You can be
I'm-
outside the room and magic still works, but you cannot be in the room with magic.
Okay, I just misunderstood then. That's
All
my
right.
mistake.
In room, no magic. Out of room, magic. Good?
yeah. I want to invest. Look at her eyes. Her, like.
What you're describing is the medicine check that Braska's making right now.
Well, it's more of the stuff that we've already encountered, like looking for those signs.
Okay, go
Like,
ahead,
I'm
roll
not
in
looking
perception.
for medicine. And I'm going to use my game inspiration to roll straight because I have disadvantage right now.
You are absolutely positive that this is unlike anything that you have seen before in your life. Braska, on your 15. The way her eyes flicker back and forth, she's looking for something. She's looking to kill something. It's very clear. You've seen this in deranged animals before, feral ones that enter into a frenzied-like state. Most commonly in squirrels, actually. But one thing that you do take note of is while she is in this deranged state, she's accessing everybody near her and is clearly looking for ways that she could destroy them, weaknesses that they have, the weapons they have on them as well. Meaning, whatever instinct she has is still active, but aside from that, there's nothing else in her that relates to who she is as a person or anything she's ever done. It's just pure instinct, and apparently her level of magecraft is instinct.
Good to know.
Towards the end of the episode, you do notice that when it's straining away, Sinclair would notice this. She's looking more intently for something over attacking when the episode is fading away. I'm back to me, Thunderbrand.
I tell Thunderbrand what I noticed when she came out of the episode.
Roska, you got anything?
Well, when she's going nuts, she's got all her instincts going right, but you might as well just swap her out with just any rabid beast at that point.
Right.
She's just yeah, no, that was it. She's just not herself in that. Granted, I don't know her that well, so I don't know, but
I assure you that is not how I usually act in most situations.
Well, the second you come out of it, you literally look like you're looking for someone or something that's lingering.
Unfortunately, I don't recall that at all. But good to know.
When he hit you, did he say anything?
He said a lot of words that were in a foreign tongue I didn't recognize, which is astounding because I'm proficient in 9 languages. Thunderbrand released me now so that they can try to help me out in the hallway before this comes back.
Do we have a longer
You-
chain?
No, we never made a chain long enough to get to the doors, for good reasons. And he goes to unclasp her wrists, and she, slumps forward a little bit, but then straightens herself and walks out of the room.
Wait a minute. Here you go. Sorry.
She
and
holds her
I
hand
come up with the things, slide the gloves on, and I put my hands on either side of her hands, and I go, "Lady, I hope more than anything that we can cure you. Please don't kill us."
When she's in the hallway, I'm going to put both my hexes on her.
Okay.
The hex that's on her from the spell hex is removing her strength capabilities.
Disadvantage on strength checks. Good.
Yep. Because that's the only one you can really affect outside of combat.
That's a good one to do right now. I've seen
And-
somebody
And I
use
will
it
be
for
ready to-
drinking, and they did con checks, so they were
See, I thought that would be con saves.
It most of the time is, but when they introduced that, I was like, "Fuck it, that sounds hilarious."
Yeah, there's really no point to doing anything other than strength.
Perception,
True.
stealth.
Oh, okay.
There's good
Well,
ones.
to be fair,
I've just never.
most of the time, if you're
Other
hexing someone, they're
successes.
already failed a stealth check.
Yeah.
Right. So, she nods at you, Fordrum, with a little show of appreciation.
I'll smile at her, make her get one more step out, and then I'm gonna just start casting Greater Restoration on her
All right.
in hopes.
So, when you cast the spell, you feel. Roll me a wisdom check.
Okay. Well,
You feel the magic attempts to connect, but for some reason never gets to her. That's the only way that you can describe it.
Is it like
Yeah.
when he casted it before and it was too low of a level?
No. The spell reached out, and there's clearly something that the spell was trying to attach itself to, but it just didn't attach to her. It couldn't get to her.
Or can you get your eye drops?
Out of character, can I ask a, I guess, technical question?
Sure.
Oh no, this is for something else. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm thinking like all the different ways I can try to help, but I don't think there's really not much I can feasibly do.
Argan, do you
Um,
have your drops to see what can't be seen normally? Because that's how we found out your Zar's dad had the helm on him, or the protection ward against things.
You mean true sight?
Yeah.
I'll
That's
cast
the
True
drop.
Seeing on myself.
All right. When you cast that and you see into the ethereal, you see that there appears to be some type of wisp around her entire being right now that is just smiling, and that's the only feature you can make out about it, a smile.
Something smiling surrounding her in the ethereal.
You dispel it?
I have to at
banish
least
it?
try. Well, it's already not even in this plane, so I wouldn't be able to banish it. I will attempt to dispel magic at 8th level. I'm not expecting it to work, but I at least have to try it.
Alrighty. You cast the spell magic at 8th level. And when you cast the spell at her, it definitely attaches on, and usually where you feel that contention between you and the spell itself, how it was woven or crafted, there's no contention for you. You feel it tries to latch on, and when you watch the magic pulse through her, the wisp around moves away, and the magic comes with it and filters through it before it lowers itself back down onto her.
Yeah, it basically dodged that.
Do you have a way to send someone into the ethereal?
No.
You have a
Firebrand?
way to give one of us sight of it?
Of the
What did-
ethereal?
Yeah.
What did you feel, Fordram?
I felt that it didn't penetrate. Like it made its way down, but got deflected by something.
So maybe it's not dodging it, but more like just doing what I do and just taking it.
Or rebuking it, rejecting it, not letting it through.
Are you
I
asking to
could-
be able to? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Capriccio.
I
Go
could
ahead.
try something. I mean, it will be similar to what you did, but a bit more powerful.
Do it.
And
Let's do it
Argan,
quick.
if you have the means of putting it on me, I would like to try something too.
I don't think you
I
can cast
will-
True Seeing on another creature, but go ahead.
You can.
You can? Nice.
It's targetable.
Go ahead,
I'll
Capriccio.
first cast guidance on myself, and then I will cast a greater restoration on her at 8th level.
You guidance yourself and then Greater Restoration
Yes.
at 8th level?
Yes.
Okay. You cast the spell, and roll me a wisdom check.
Okay. And
23.
23 is good. There's... Huh?
Can I use Convergent Future on it?
What's that?
That's
Auto
the one that
success.
auto. It always rolls high enough if it's possible for the roll to be high enough.
Roll it
It is.
specifically in chat, because if it says
Yeah, I will.
a
will roll it.
success, when it comes to these types of checks, there's tiers of success, right?
You
Apostle
roll
Future's-
them.
it's the
Yeah.
minimum needed to succeed, it says.
the minimum needed to succeed. Yeah, right. So if you think 23 is not the minimum to succeed,
I'm gonna throw everything I can at trying to heal my mother, and I know that's the most powerful attempt he's got. So I'll throw what I can with it.
okay.
I'll double guidance. Sorry, just kidding.
Where's a bard when you need one? Zurazar, multi-class.
Again.
Again?
Just be the charisma. Like, what's your class? The face. But anyways, there's something happening. Your magic filters through her. You feel the connection onto whatever it is, but whatever it is that is plaguing her is connected to something or someone, and your spell is being drawn away from her to that.
Got it.
So no matter what spell you would cast at her, it would filter into the other thing.
As soon as I'm done with the spell, I'll take a moment and I'll look towards Argon and I'll say, whatever this is not just deflecting the spells, it's channeling them elsewhere. It's taking it to something or someone else.
I think whatever entity Argon's seeing is the cause of the misdirect.
So something or someone either needs to be destroyed in some form or another to have any chance of stopping this.
Can I have the means of seeing it?
Yeah.
All right.
Have you tried hurting it?
That's what I'm about to try to do as I call forth the scythe and I swing through that space that it's existing in.
So, as soon as you swing above Argon's mother's head, you get the swing off, and it doesn't connect to the creature in the ethereal, but out of instinct, Thunderbrand immediately grabs you by your wrist, grabs you by your throat, and pins you to the wall.
Jesus, if I knew you were going to attack her, Sinclair.
I'm not attacking your mother.
I put my hand on Thunderbrand. It wasn't an attack at her.
Oh, sorry.
If I wanted to hurt your mother, I'd do this.
No demonstrations. Sorry. She's the headmaster of this college.
I don't understand that. There is a creature above her in the ethereal.
Right.
I'm trying
It's
to
just
stop
I
it.
didn't know what you were. He releases you. Sorry.
A heads up,
it's-
Wally would have been helpful, Sinclair.
I literally said, like what Broska just said, why don't we fight the thing? That is what
Yeah.
I was trying to do.
As you were swinging.
I leave for 5 seconds. What happened?
I'm trained to protect her. I'm sorry.
I understand
Yeah.
that.
And he just backs away. But the scythe did completely pass through on your realm. The creature, whatever that thing is not on your realm.
Okay.
You swung a scythe at Arkin's mom?
Above her head, where the thing is. Way above her
Whatever
head,
you-
but the problem is she's a Goliath and Sinclair
Thunderbrand-
isn't, and he had to go like,
Broska's at this point just kind of waving his fist to the same space.
Thunderbrand, do you have a means or know someone in this college that has the means to send me through the ethereal? You make me ethereal.
Quick question. Would I be able to make any kind of check in an attempt to identify what sort of creature this is?
If only you could see it.
Tricia, what did the spell look like for you?
I
And
felt
let's-
it being
let's
taken
tuck her back in.
elsewhere.
Yeah, Thunderbrand
Right.
will help you to bring her back in, take off the gloves, chain her back, and
Listen.
Yeah.
The explanation that Capriccio sort of explained seems like it confirms my thought. Like, does it not sound like the magics we're pumping at her are being pushed away and potentially
No, they're not just
filling-
being pushed away. They're being taken elsewhere.
they're
I think
siphoned away to
something is absorbing the magic.
possibly that's exactly what these little tokens of Trent do.
It's possible.
It's
That-
exactly what the tokens of Trent do. So after her next thing, we should look at the back of her head and see if for some reason maybe she's got a growth.
Maybe. That's not a bad idea. Also, Sinclair, if you were to go into the ethereal plane on your own to try to combat this thing, if this thing is actually taking her over bit by bit, you're strong, but I don't think you'd come back.
And to answer your question, Sinclair, we don't have anyone here that can send you into the ethereal. In fact, when you're in proximity of the college itself, you can't go to the ethereal.
Right.
Something in the ethereal is keeping magic from getting to her.
Well, we're gonna have
No,
to find something.
Capriccio-
We can't send you anywhere.
Sinclair, Capriccio's explained it's not keeping it from her, it's taking the magic and sending it somewhere else.
But based off of Argon's perspective of what it was, it literally drew itself away, pulling the magic with it. So whatever this entity is, it is literally taking the magic y'all pump into her and carrying it with it away,
Yep,
and then
that-
coming back in full
Does
force.
my explanation of that's exactly what the rocks that we've found for Trent, his Horcrux, are doing too?
Yes. It's very similar in concept to what it appears to be siphoning the magic off, much like he was siphoning off the power from the trees of life.
Are we saying that, by the way, is Argon's mom not in the room anymore?
Well, she's chained back up. Yeah,
Okay.
she's about to enter into another episode. So
He could be trying something different. He could, before we've only found objects, what if he's just trying to turn her into one?
Right. Or what he planted creates one. I mean, they're crystals, and if they're in trees, that's just coagulated sap,
Like,
and
Makes sense.
bone, or because like a diamond is made by old bones and stuff being compressed by a mountain for thousands of years.
My question is if we had a means of, I know we can't do it here, but if there is this entity in the ethereal pulling magic into it, and that entity could be destroyed, that could be how we destroy these objects of tea. That is what I'm trying to figure out.
Then when
So,
we're
Thunderbrand, my question to you is, does anyone in this school have that spell that we can teach Argon?
possibly go contact Professor Vito.
All right.
What did it look like, Argon?
I'll describe it.
Performance check, Arg.
Oh God, really?
Just use prestidigitation to make an image
Guidance.
of it.
convergent future.
I already used conversion feature.
I
I'll
know.
use one of my advantages since we're about out of time, so I can roll this wonderful performance check. I rolled 20.
Nice. You describe it
Okay.
as
Add a D4. Add a D4.
yeah. You're guided. You
Okay.
describe this more perfectly than you by yourself are capable of describing it.
Can you repeat the description again?
A wispy energy that floats and hovers off of her entire body, and the only discernible feature across the entirety of it is a smile.
Would that be enough for me to make a check to try to identify the creature?
You can roll me a Arcana check if you're proficient in Arcana.
I am not.
When I saw it, does it look like a member of the court that
No.
I've already encountered?
No. It
'Cause
does
they're
not look like
smiling.
Smiley. Yeah,
You keep
it's.
saying smile.
I
so-
understand. I understand the correlation. It is a smiling creature. It is not Smiley.
Okay.
The Firebrand, I'm trying to think, or Thunderbrand, I'm trying to think of anything that we've ran into that, or anything in the books that we've read that would be something similar to this. Can I roll Arcana to see if I have any idea what it is?
Anybody proficient in Arcana may roll Arcana now.
27.
Are you really the only person proficient in Arcana?
Yeah.
Damn. Way to have a roll, Arkin.
I've
I
got
love
no
it, man.
kidding.
I love it.
I'm a druid, not a wizard.
I have religion.
Yeah.
I have
27.
nature.
I've got several bullshit proficiencies. I don't need more.
The entity, because calling it a creature may not be perfectly accurate, certainly sounds like it is something that, or certainly looked like it was something that was attached to her. The fact that it's in the ethereal and has been there for, at this point, well over an hour, tells you that, first, it is not a planar creature, meaning it was not a creature that was created or birthed on any material or otherworldly plane. Or else it would be ejected too quickly or be capable of being ejected from it. The next thing that you realize about this thing, Argon, the fact that it pulled away when the magic flooded into her and then filtered out from it means it's possibly not just connected here. You believe that it's connected to another source. Whatever this creature is like a tunnel between your mother and someone or something else, where all of this magic is flowing through. Yes.
Sinclair, let me see the box.
I'm not there. I went to go get Vito.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
All right, you got Vito in your back. Do.
Let me see the box.
Which box?
The box that has the thing in it. The box that hides from detection.
The lead box.
Yes.
Okay, it's on Broska's back.
Oh,
He's the only one physically capable of calling it.
I thought it was in a bag.
I don't have a bag. We've not had time for me to get a bag.
Yeah, so it's on
I don't-
Broska's back. It's fine.
Okay.
There it is. Broska, do you hand it over?
Sure.
There we go.
Do I see anything around it while I have true sight up?
In the ethereal, nothing more than what you usually see in the
Okay.
ethereal.
I'm gonna hold it up and see if Mother directs towards it. I'm wondering if this is what she's looking for.
Oh, they-
Insight check.
I'm using my last inspiration.
What? But could we all be in there this time? Because
Sure,
We're
yeah.
all here. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanna
I'd be in there
hold
just to make
back.
sure, at the very least, to make sure that she doesn't, hurt anyone.
Yeah. I'm not hiding what I'm doing. So
Yeah, as
You're
soon as you go
going
like
in-
this,
19 for me.
And what's in that special box again?
His Horcrux or whatever you want.
Eye of
Now I
Trent.
keep calling it Horcrux.
Yeah, that's
His
fine.
phylactery.
The Eye of Trent.
I'll use mine as well.
I'll throw my hat in.
Sure.
I'll do it too. Why not?
Sure, yeah, everybody roll
Hey,
your
there we got.
insights.
Oh my. Okay, Broska's got to see something. He run double nat 20.
Fordrum.
Jeez.
Nice.
I use. You know what?
Wait.
I'll use my
Wait,
session
wait.
reroll.
Are you holding up the box or are you holding up the object?
I'm holding up the object.
Okay. Well, needless to say, everybody other than Argon, because Argon, the
Oh, never mind.
emotion of the situation is causing you
get
to
ya.
like not want to look at your mother in that state. But everyone else, the moment the object is brought out, without a shadow of a doubt, her attention becomes solely fixated on it, and you see she's like trying to work her fingers in a way to like unlock the locks at her wrists.
I don't think.
Yeah, we're gonna say no.
I also don't think we should have showed that to her.
That was probably yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in my best mind right now.
Because we have to assume that there's a chance that he can see through her.
Not in this room, he can't.
Are you sure?
It's anti-magic.
And there's zero divination within the entirety of the Lyceum.
Yeah,
We
but
al-
she's also
Oh.
connected them to
That's why my
something
spell
that's
didn't work.
capable
We-
of beating it. So
Exactly. And again, we're talking about a person who can cast spells even beyond you all, no offense. So we have to go under the assumption that it's possible he can still see.
you're right, Zuazar. It was not my best decision.
That's
Well,
all right.
we know what
I-
she's looking for.
Yes, and it is all right, Argan. I understand the situation is a bit troubling for you.
I want to just state for the record that if she does manage to get free, I am pouncing right on her and just
Yep.
slamming her against that wall.
You might be
And she's-
stronger than a dwarf, but you ain't stronger than a Braska.
As she's trying to unlock her wrists, I want to slide my hand into hers and just go, relax. It's okay.
She squeezes as tightly as she can.
I just let her.
Pretty
got a
damn
glove
strong,
on.
but you're good.
Yeah. Got a glove on. I'll be okay.
So, once her episode subsides, she looks over at all of you. Well, whatever that is that's happening, I felt a new burning desire that singled you out, Argan, for holding on to that object. So clearly, there's some level of sentience to this magic, which is something I wish I wasn't capable of saying.
Can you lean down for us so we can check the back of your head?
Thunderbrand has to lower her down from the chain.
I'm also gonna put the box back on my back
Yeah, I'll give it back.
because it's safer there.
It is your lunchbox.
Don't eat the eye, Braska.
Don't keep your lunchbox with the evil lips phylactery. That's just not.
I
a good
don't
idea.
anymore.
Alrighty. So, as
Check her head.
you look down at the head, I need a medicine check from whoever's proficient in medicine.
Guidance.
On it.
Oh shit! I can't do it in here.
Nope.
Can I assist in any way, or
Only if you're proficient. So, luckily, other than the square section on the top of her head that has hair, the rest of it is completely shaven. When you look at the wound, there's a softness to it that she winces when you push against it, Braska. Which, in all likelihood, they probably tried to fix whatever, like, long-lasting effects would be on her physically first, because, you know, even mages are smart enough to know that you should probably fix the leak before you try
wound
repairing
bad.
everything else. Yeah. They especially are protective over the head. But for some reason,
Surprisingly.
that part is still soft. When you push your finger against it, it pulses back to you. Almost like a throbbing is happening. The wound itself seems to have allowed the magic to pass into her, but is not causing the magic to persist.
There's something in the wound up here. I'll bet it's magical, so I don't know shit about that. But it definitely feels weird.
well, let's take her into the hallway again.
That
See
might
what's
not
on
be the
back of
best
her head.
idea.
We should have a talk before we hallway this again.
Yeah, I think that was more of a one-time idea. That we-
And
If she's got one inside of her, we need to extract it.
Yeah. But we shouldn't have that conversation in front of her. Let's step out and talk about it.
and once we're outside, Zerzar will say, and if I may be so bold, I know, God, words, they're hard. If I may be so bold, I think the only person who should have to say what exactly we do from here next is Argan.
Yes, of course. Because if it's growing in her head and she's a great and powerful wizard, the objectivity, pulling the one that we pulled from the tree hurt the tree a lot.
And if it's in her head, it'll.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. I know exactly what you're thinking, and extracting it would be potentially horrible.
Vito will look at all of you since they were summoned by Sinclair. No offense, but if there's going to be any type of magical surgery that takes place, there's a very small group of individuals who have that capability and knowledge. I will be seeking out only the most powerful in that study, not expecting, she looks at Braska, him to be capable of this.
You'd be surprised what Braska's capable of.
He
But
is
I
a
don't-
druid.
I assure you, I do
don't-
not mean that as a disrespect, but I am
But-
only going to trust something like this.
Lady,
don't-
I pulled the last one out with this, and I take out my knot grinder, the drill that I used in the tree. So if this is what it is, you're right. We're going to need that person, and you absolutely should go get them. But we don't have the rights to make any of those decisions, and I can't imagine anything more touchy.
We do need you, though, to get someone who has the means of going to the ethereal plane, just in case we need to go there.
I will get somebody for that as well. Argan, do you need anything else before I excuse myself?
No.
All right. Now, Argan, what were you trying to say?
That the Lyceum can try and trace down that lead of if there's something in there they can physically remove through some sort of magical surgery. Braska, I appreciate you fighting it. It's a good lead for them to do it. But I've seen how you wield a spear. I don't necessarily know I want you near my mother's head with one.
I have opened plenty of heads before, but you are correct in assuming it's of a different nature.
So you need something more precise. That'd be
No.
Zerzar. And
You want me to help conduct surgery?
Yeah, Zurazar is very dexterous, but not a surgeon.
I'm quite good at piercing and cutting people that I want to. When it comes to precise cranial removal,
See, the same
I
thing.
think I mean, you're not wrong, but not like this. I will entrust the people who actually know what they're doing in this field.
We need somebody who is tremendously well equipped and experienced in both medicine and arcana. Experts in both fields.
Yeah.
Nothing less would be trusted.
I thought you were going to get them.
Yes, but I'm listening to you all down the hallway, and you're recommending we...
No
I-
one's recommending anything. We're just talking. We will do nothing, I
You-
promise, until you
you might
get
also want the head of the necromancy school,
back. Ooh.
because it is necromancy based.
Yes, they're the ones that told us that. So
Yes, we've already alerted them, and they're conducting
Yes.
researches right now. But yes, I'll get to it. Thunderbrand steps out. What she was trying to nicely say is you're not going to trust somebody with a fucking dagger in the hand who's a professional
We get it.
runner
we
into
are.
bad ideas to do this.
That's
Hey.
why I didn't offer my services.
And for what it's worth, we've made a pretty successful career out of bad ideas.
And we're not going to knock you on that, but I completely agree with her, and I'm going to stand by this as acting headmaster.
I think we do too.
Good.
Oh, none of us are arguing. We're just saying.
It sounded like an argument at first. Want to shut that shit down. Anyways.
I cast fireball. No.
It fizzled before it hits his mom.
Haha!
Acid ball instead. No.
Same
My
thing
only
happened.
weakness, no magic. Anyways.
No.
So with all of this new information given out to you, and this entire situation being revealed, I think we're going to go ahead and call the session here this week, guys. We'll
Fair
be
enough.
back again next week, and then after
Nice.
next week, remember we are on vacation, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Vacations
Well, you are.
wanted.
Well, yeah, so that's what's most important to me. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.